do. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's home. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do him wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. Just spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Georgie. Georgie does our theme song at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and very soon, 5 o'clock. Very exciting. Have Heat tickets every hour today on the show. So you tune in, you're going to get your sports talk, your Dolphins, your Hurricanes, all the hoo-ha. You have a chance to win Heat tickets every hour. In fact, I'll do it in the first segment. If y'all remind me, we have tickets for Heat and Celtics this Thursday night. Who do the Heat have tonight, Solana?
The Phoenix Suns.
Suns? Your mic is not on. No, now it's on. Look at that, Jimmy. Jimmy saved you. Jimmy saved you.
I bet on Bam's overs.
When? Tonight?
Yes, for
Stop
tonight's
it.
game.
Stop it.
It's 14.
Get out of here.
14 and a half I got.
14?
You're the number one on an NBA team and your over's 14.
Get
I had to
out
bet
of
it.
here.
I had to bet it tonight.
Hold on. I got to see if you have this correct.
Bro, I did it. I already got it locked in. I got 14 and a half. I'll show you my Hard Rock Bet app.
14 is Bam's over under?
When you've been running 6 and 7, 14 seems far. Yes.
14 and a half. That's crazy.
I had to bet the over. It just sounds wild to me.
Yeah, I'm going to bet the over as well. I'm going to bet the over. I have to. 14. He can't put up 15 points.
I could score 14 with my eyes closed.
Anyway.
Stevie Wonder could score 14 on this offense.
Stevie Wonder had dinner next to my house 2 nights ago. He was at Rosebud in Boca Raton having dinner.
He saw everything.
No, didn't see anything.
It was beautiful.
Heat Celtics Thursday night. We have a pair of tickets every hour for you to potentially win. So just keep listening. Would the Dolphins fans be happy? We have a loaded potato today, by the way. Josh Pell's going to join us, and Joe Zgacki's going to join us. He's in South Bend, by the way. Hurricanes and Notre Dame tonight, basketball. And Frank Caliendo, one of the funniest people on the planet, is going to join us today. So we're really loaded down. Now, would Dolphins fans, I was watching the game last night, a couple things popped into my head. Next season, if the head coach was John Harbaugh and your quarterback was Aaron Rodgers, would you be happy? Harbaugh's on the move, and I think Aaron Rodgers, if the right situation presented itself, I don't think he wants to play again in any place. I think Miami might be one of the places where he would say, yeah, you know what, I could do that. If it was Harbaugh and Aaron Rodgers, 1 year bridge situation, would you be happy?
Harbaugh was a 100-mile-per-hour pitch down the middle, and I was ready. Then you said Rodgers. I don't want Rodgers to come here.
He's just donezo.
Did you watch him?
I did. I didn't bet Houston because I thought maybe he had that one night of magic left.
No.
Spoiler alert. He did not have the one. Much like Mark Hochman, he did not have a night of magic left.
No more magic left in Aaron Rodgers. And he's going to be curmudgeonous. It's not like he's going to. Peyton Manning was happy with the Broncos. He was.
Right.
And everybody knew he lost his fastball.
And kind of he knew that. And he was still just fun Peyton Manning.
Aaron Rodgers is sitting there saying that the offensive line let him down. And the receivers couldn't get open. And they dropped balls. Like, I don't.
Metcalf did drop a
easy
ball.
But Aaron Rodgers is his curmudgeonous attitude at this age he's at. I don't think it'd be great for a young team.
I disagree. First of all, your boy Ryan Clark was praising him because according to Ryan Clark on SportsCenter after the game last night, by the way, they're outside Heinz Field or whatever, Paycom Field, and they're clearly just freezing. I mean, RC is wearing 17 layers and was just uncomfortable they got to have better judgment.
I like
right?
but they always do that. I love when they do it on Prime Video, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is never bothered by the cold. Andrew Whitworth is bundled up in a parka. Ryan Fitzpatrick just sits there. Nothing bothers him. He's just like the guest of the world.
You didn't see the college game day the other week when it was raining.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
Desmond Howard.
Who's on the right side that put on 11 layers in one segment?
It was cold and rainy.
But come on, man. I'm with Solana.
I don't like being cold.
I know, so put it inside. There's a bunch of places to put it inside. I have to see Nick Saban sitting in the cold. Put them inside and let them talk about football.
Mike Tomlin stepping down after 19 seasons with the Steelers. I told you he was on the hot seat. You guys castigated me when I said there was a breaking of the partnership going on in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin is stepping down. So now let me rephrase the question.
But you said stepping down but is he on the hot seat or is he stepping down?
I think he knew his time was up there. And I think they're allowing him to call his shot.
And that's respectful.
That is
Mike
respectful,
Tomlin.
and he's earned it.
Does he keep coaching though? Saw this the first thing I've ever seen about
a
this.
lot of people are suggesting he's going to go to television. That was starting to be talked about at the end of the season. Who would you rather have as your Dolphins head coach next season if they both were available? John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Defensive guy.
Even knowing what he's done, which really isn't get anywhere for a long time. How long has it been where they've been?
7 consecutive playoff losses. The first of those 7, by the way, was an AFC title game, to be fair. But 7 consecutive playoff losses. I looked them all up, by the way. And that ties the longest stretch in NFL history with Marvin Lewis for consecutive playoff losses.
Take emotion out of it because I'm friends with Mike Tomlin. Harbaugh had a loaded roster and wasn't doing anything. Tomlin was trying to piece together a quarterback situation that had Mason Rudolph and Aaron Rodgers at 716 years old a part of it and still going 10-7. My answer, Mike Tomlin's a better coach than John Harbaugh. So I want Mike Tomlin.
I wonder, though, if Tomlin is closer to having lost his fastball than Harbaugh.
I do like Mike Tomlin because he's a side of the ball, and Harbaugh's a special teams guy. Harbaugh is literally a mediator of everything, and we need that. We need what's the word collaborative. Harbaugh is the definition of collaborative, but I know what Mike Tomlin's defense is going to look like every single time they take the field.
I just wonder if you're Stephen Ross, and what's the new GM's name?
JES, John Eric Sullivan.
John Eric Sullivan.
What did you call him?
JES.
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 That's what we're going to be calling him. JES. You'll see.
I'm not a fan of the
I'm getting ahead of this, but you'll see. JES.
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 John Eric Sullivan. JES.
I'm going to call him Sully.
Sully. I hate the
Sully.
3-letter guys, the 3-name guys.
But you're Stephen Ross. You get Sully on the phone, and he goes, we can go full bore at one of these guys. Like, just who does Stephen Ross say?
Harbaugh.
I think Harbaugh. I think he's got ties to the Harbaughs. And again,
family.
They don't have to make this decision. I mean, they can go after them both. And I feel like Tomlin is going to go into television. I thought those rumblings were a little too loud to think that someone didn't know something. But that is interesting. Mike Tomlin stepping down as Steelers head coach after 19 seasons. And that's, one season of Aaron Rodgers. That'll do it.
The ayahuasca. What's it called?
Ayahuasca, yeah.
Random off.
That'll do it to you, man.
I hate to admit it, though, because I was going back and forth on this because it does look like Harbaugh is leaning away from the Dolphins right now. And I know there's contact still that's going to be made and all that stuff. I just don't think the established guys, the Tomlins, the Harbaughs, have interest in Miami.
Well, I understand that. For me, it would be the interest in living here, if that's where you are in your life. If you're in a spot in your life, your kids are out of school, there's literally no better place to live. I firmly believe that. So I think it depends where you are in your life. I think the biggest draw right now for the Dolphins is lifestyle. Honestly, biggest draw for the Dolphins.
That's bad.
I know. I'm with you. But roster-wise, we don't compare to any of these teams that have openings.
None.
Just none.
No set quarterback. Cap hell right now with all these contracts.
Yep.
No 11th number 11th pick. Like, yes, it's not a very attractive job right now. You're gonna sell them South Beach?
Well, what else are you going to sell?
They're in Miami Gardens. You're bringing them to Miami Gardens.
What else are you going to sell someone? I mean, would you rather?
You're not going to bring them Miami Gardens.
Would you rather live in Fort Lauderdale on Las Olas East, or would you rather live in downtown Cleveland? You tell me.
Oh, nobody wants to go to Cleveland.
That's what I'm saying. That's the draw. Yeah. But I'm telling you, if you're at a spot in your life, Mike Tomlin has nothing left to prove.
No.
Right? He wants to go, relax, live a nice lifestyle. He's been in Pittsburgh for 20-plus years. Like, that to me is the draw. You have an owner, Stephen Ross, who will spend money. He may not have it because of the salary cap, but he'll spend money. He won't get in your way. He doesn't do press conferences every week. It's not Jerry Jones, you know.
Does Mike Tomlin feel a certain way about the 2 hip-hop thing years ago?
Nah, it was completely different personnel. It was Eddie Jones, right? It was
Eddie Jones and Damon Jones.
Eddie Jones used to be the Dolphins president.
Who?
Eddie Jones used to be the Dolphins president. Not the Eddie Jones who played for the Heat.
I never met Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie Jones. Am I making that up?
Eddie Jones?
Oh.
Yeah.
I was in the building.
Jones.
Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones was never making decisions for the Dolphins.
I think Eddie Jones was a Dolphins president.
Jones. Call Eddie and see what Eddie wants to do. No, because it was.
There you go. Eddie Jones, American football executive in the National Football League, joined the Miami Dolphins in 1988 as the vice president of administration before becoming the Dolphins' executive vice president and general manager in 1990.
He drafted Crowder. He was there.
Eddie Jones drafted me.
Jones, you dummy.
I thought it was Nick
He drafted Crowder.
So
Man,
you
y'all
take
leave
your
EJ
Eddie
alone.
and Damon Jones jokes, and you take your Eddie Jones jokes, and
Man,
do
y'all
that
leave
with them.
Big EJ.
Yeah.
Big EJ gave me some bread.
Oh,
EJ
drafted you.
EJ.
The guy drafted you.
You met EJ Hawk?
Wow,
Oh, so
you
we
guys are
called him EJ.
embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. All right, let's do headlines. Don't let me forget to give away Heat tickets this segment, Jimmy. Let's do headlines.
Let's do it right now.
I don't want to get Jimmy all sidetracked.
Oh, we're going to do headlines.
All right, what caller number do you want to take for
Eddie
for Heat
Jones wore
tickets?
6.
Eddie
6.
Jones from the Heat, though. This is a completely different Eddie Jones.
Namesake.
Oh, I am so happy. There is
I wanted
nothing
you to
that
be
could happen
wrong.
in the next 3 hours and 44 minutes that is going to take this smile off my face. Oh, did
Eddie
you
Jones.
and Solana both want to just attack me for Eddie Jones? Guy friggin' drafted you.
Eddie Jones drafted me.
Solana's going down a list. Oh, Eddie Jones, yeah, Damon Jones. How about Jones, the Jonas brothers, all the Jones?
Indiana Jones.
Caller 6 gets a pair of tickets for Heat and Celtics Thursday night, 305. That was the number? 567-0560?
Yes.
You got to update that. We got to get the 1043 there in the phone number.
Okay.
Len? 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller 6 gets Heat Celtics tickets for Thursday night. We'll have another pair in the 3 o'clock hour. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He retired in 05.
Yeah, well, he had
I got drafted in 05.
That's right, because he knew they were going to take you.
They drafted you in the 3rd round. They're like, all
And
right,
he hung it up.
time to step down, brother.
Fellas, I'm not even going to be here for the 4th round, fellas.
I have never seen this human in my life.
Well, I think he was the guy who said to hip hop. I literally think he was the guy. No, I guess not. Well, no, if he was done in 05.
Tomlin was hired in 06 or 08?
No, it has to be
06 because they won the Super Bowl in 08 or 09.
Who gives a crap? But I had it right. Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Hyundai. You always pay less with your Pricito at Durrell Hyundai. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
I was too hip hop for him. He drafting this guy.
Yeah, he got hired. The Steelers,
You don't know anything about him, so shut up.
Did he draft me?
2007 is when Mike Tomlin.
I don't think
began
there's
his-
anyone who lays claim to that at this point. that's no one's calling card.
Saban proud of my draft. Y'all go to hell.
So another head coach, or at the very least, a head coaching vacancy opens up in Pittsburgh. That's a good job. Really good job. Another one in front of the Miami Dolphins, unfortunately.
Well, is it? Well, I mean, no quarterback.
No quarterback, but you're the Steelers.
But I feel
And-
that way about the Dolphins. Like, you're the Dolphins, you're the Steelers. They're storied franchises.
The Steelers have a much better roster, man. I don't even think it's
Do they?
comparable.
Well, they have DK Metcalf. That's
They
a
have
pretty
TJ
good
Watt.
start.
TJ Watt,
Yeah,
who's coming off a punctured lung.
yeah.
Hope he's doing okay
Oh,
on behalf of everybody.
I'm with you.
Jimmy, can you call Eddie Jones?
You can't call him. He passed away.
Oh, he's gone.
He was 700 when he
Man.
retired.
Well, trust me, your selection in the third round hastened the exit.
Who?
This is the big one, Elizabeth.
Who?
Oh, it was Joe Bailey. That was the guy. Tobin's reminding me. Joe Bailey was the two hip hop guy.
That
Joe-
was after
Joe
Eddie
Bailey.
Jones.
Joe Bailey became the Dolphins president. Stu Gatz and I have talked about this on the podcast because Joe Bailey, we had the Dolphins rights at $7.90 the ticket, and Joe Bailey was the head of the search firm that Wayne Huizenga hired to find the next Dolphins president. Joe Bailey was the search firm, and Joe Bailey, who got paid $1 million to do that, came back to Wayne Huizenga and said, "I'm your guy," and he hired him. He became the Dolphins president after conducting a search that found himself. He became the Dolphins president and then strong-armed the radio partner, $7.90 the ticket, into having a 1-hour talk show every week
With him?
after the Lebatard show. Yeah, it was the Joe Bailey show.
Jesus.
With the Dolphins Hour with Joe Bailey. That's how we had the info from him saying he's too hip-hop, because Joe Bailey was just in the halls with us once a week.
And he said it was too hip hop.
Yeah.
He walk in dressed as Tupac. Well, I don't even. That phrase has been around for years, for decades. I don't know what that means. Does it mean black?
Yeah.
It's too black. This is crazy.
There were a couple Dolphins head coaching search updates. The Finns asked for permission to interview. This was right after our show yesterday. It was reported Kevin Shepard, the Lions defensive coordinator.
Kelvin
Shepard, thank you. And they've also, according to reports this morning, requested an interview. Let me get this name right. Jesse Minter, the Chargers defensive coordinator.
All right.
So that's 8 names, and I guess we'll just throw Tomlin in there. 9 potential names that the Dolphins have interest in / interviewing for the head coaching vacancy.
All right.
I will say Kelvin Shepard's a friend of mine, and he's the future of coaching. Like, he's Dan Campbell-ish. So if you want that hard nose, bite people's kneecap off and drink 100 coffees a day, Kelvin Shepard's your guy.
What kind of guy is Kevin Shepard?
I never met him.
The Panthers beat my Sabres last night 4-3. They
Man.
scored 2 in the fourth. In the
Amazing.
third.
Get past the 2 in the fourth, huh?
Or 2 in the fourth.
What league is that?
There you go, Jimmy.
It's easy with nobody else on the ice.
Boy, they have really mailed it in this fourth period.
Shoot. Balling.
The Cats don't play again until Friday. Kind of weird. They're on this 6-game road trip. They get to come back to South Florida, practice, and then they go back out on the road for 2 more.
Oh, really? This is in the middle of a road trip?
Yeah, no, I mean, they played yesterday, the 4th game, because they're 2-2, and they still have 2 more on the road, but they don't play
Interesting.
from Monday till Friday. No. They'll be in Carolina. The Miami Heat.
Somebody puts on the chat. We don't have time. What is that white thing Solana has around his neck?
It's a napkin.
We had the conversation before the show started. Now, finish. We don't have time now.
Yeah,
Finish up the
I'm
headlines, Father.
It's like a priest.
Looks like he's ready for confession.
The Miami Heat, they play the Suns tonight,
Forgive me,
7:30.
Solana, for I have sinned.
It's been 42 years since my last confession.
Norman Powell is questionable for the game tonight. The Heat are trying to end a 3-game losing skid, and the Texans did knock out the Steelers 30-6.
God, thank God I got that Eddie Jones thing right.
The Texans
I would not have been able to dig out of that hole today.
Boy, I was ready.
have won 10 consecutive games. That's the longest active streak in the NFL. They are the definition of hot.
All right.
That damn defense is special. Once the Willie Anderson and Danielle Hunter, whatever, boy, I'm telling you, somebody's gonna have problems with them coming through that damn AFC.
I hope so. I hope they destroy the Patriots. I'm sick of
gonna have
the Patriots need
Problems.
growing pains. It's not fair. Like, it's
They
genuinely
can't
it's not
be
fair.
this good this quickly.
It's
It
not
just
fair.
doesn't feel right.
They need to have, and the AFC used to be ran by Patrick Mahomes. Somebody else has to run it for the Patriots not to get back on top because they have Drake May and Vrabel and the combination. I'm taking unders on these games until Vegas messes me over with 40, and now I can't bet on it. But you're not scoring a lot of points on that damn Texas defense.
Let me see.
Stupid Chargers ruined my
When
parlay.
you tell me 41, I'm gonna
You
be
know,
so
because
upset.
you know.
36. Huh?
Nah, it'll be like 43.5.
41.
Bet an under on 41. I lost a bet last night with 3 minutes left. It was 30 points. 24-6, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody else scores. I bet that nobody else scores. And then Aaron Rodgers throws a pick six.
How about people who bet the total before the game started? Do you know what the total was?
No.
36.5. Do you see what happened on the final extra point?
He missed the extra point.
In a way that no one ever misses an extra point. Kicked it straight into the dirt.
The butt of the snapper.
Like, people are, and when I say people, Dr. Chuck included, outraged. They couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It was the difference between the over and the under was the missed extra point on the final touchdown.
Shenanigans?
I don't know. It was the craziest missed extra point you'll ever see. Wait till you see the highlight of
I'm
it.
watching it right now. What?
You've never seen a missed extra point like that before.
He was short of the upright.
That's what I'm saying. You've never seen it go line drive underneath the goalposts?
Are y'all script guys?
Your weather in South Florida, rainy.
They didn't give me the script.
Well, maybe you just didn't read it properly.
Rainy and wet. Drive safely. That's your weather, and peace be with you.
Thank you, Father.
And also with you.
Jimmy's on fire today, man. He likes when Solana takes a couple of uppercuts. That gives Jimmy life. That gives him life. Look at him. He's beaming. Josh Appel is going to join us in the next segment. Frank Caliendo in the 3 o'clock hour. Joe Zagacki in the 4 o'clock hour. And Heat tickets every hour.
There's a lot of sports going on right now, and I'm telling you, there's a big game at Hard Rock Stadium coming up. You don't got to tailgate. You don't have to sit out there in the weather. You might be cold. There's an Arctic blast coming through. Man, go to Tootsie's Cabaret. I've been going there since 05. You should go to Tootsie's to watch all these games, any sporting events, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer, MMA, UFC. Head to Tootsie's Cabaret. Dozens of TVs everywhere. They have a bunch of beautiful women on the stage, so during commercial breaks, you got something to look at. Tootsie's Cabaret, largest strip club in the entire world. That's not hyperbole. It is the largest strip club in the world. 2 stories. I've been going there, like I said, for 20 years, and I'll continue to go for the next 20 years. They're open daily from noon to 6 a.m. So every game you want to watch is going to be on noon to 6 a.m. Food specials, $100 bottles, half-price drinks until 8 p.m. every single day of the year. They have 2 levels of entertainment. I'm always upstairs. You ask anybody where's Crowder. I'm right there against the wall. They have a restaurant. I'm not talking about a guy back there with a frying pan, a full restaurant. Chicken, lobster, steak, everything you want. 4 large bars, 4 full liquor bars, and in the back they have a sports bar back there with pool tables. It is amazing. Y'all got to get to Touchy's Cabaret. Get over there right now. And on Sundays for the rest of the football season, they have a tailgate takeover. Noon to 5 p.m. Chicken wings, smash burger fries, fried shrimp fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos are only $10 from noon to 5 p.m. on Sundays. Get to Tootsie's Cabaret. If you're going to the Orange Bowl pregame, postgame, you don't want to sit in traffic, head to Tootsie's after the game. Get you a couple hours in and head home. There won't be any traffic left. Y'all got to go to tootsiescabaret.com for more information.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
You guys see new Mozart is dropping soon?
He's dead.
Get to Appel in 1 second. It is great, we all know, to be a Miami Hurricane, even if it's just bandwagon like Crowder. But that means you got to get to Caneswear in Davie. Get your Hurricanes merch right now at Caneswear. Hopefully you're one of the lucky ones who got tickets for the national championship game. Well, you got to be decked out in new gear. Or maybe you didn't get tickets and you're going to watch the game on the couch like I am, or you're going to go to a friend's house or a bar or something. You got to be decked out in new Canes gear because we have been waiting so long for a season like this and a trip to the national championship, and it is finally here. So you get to Caneswear in Davie. That place this week is a party. This weekend, it's a party. So get to Caneswear. You'll see a million other Canes fans. Everybody's feeling that vibe. So you get there. I told you this yesterday, and I checked the math, and I'm 100% correct. So if the tickets are $4,000 each, and you were going to go with a friend, so that was going to be $8,000, instead of the 2 tickets, you can take that money, and I'm assuming a hat at Caneswear is $30.
Uh-huh.
So you can get yourself 265 new Hurricanes hats, and that'll last you for a long time, long time. So you could take that $8,000 and you can buy 2 tickets. Game's going to be over in 4 hours. Who knows if you'll even remember it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have 265 brand new hats. I mean, you have choose from a new hat almost once a day for the entire year.
264 hats left after the game.
Correct.
Okay. I don't know if that's a great approach.
And it's really 266 hats if you do the math. But regardless, make sure you're following Caneswear on social media because they're putting up incredible content. They've got great merch for Canes fans everywhere. Shirts, hats, jerseys, shorts, hoodies. Please, I'm begging someone go in there today and buy 266 hats.
Taylor, we're waiting on you, bro.
Hey, text Fred and tell him for the price of 2 tickets, he can get 266 new hats.
Oh, man, that sounds like a deal. Hey, shit.
Show the world how you rep the U. The place to get all your Canes gear is Caneswear in Davie on University Drive. It is going off there right now, or shop online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot South Florida sports fans shop. Josh Appel is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He's a play-by-play announcer nationally for Sports USA. He's the fill-in host for us here when one of us has to miss a show. He's a new dad. I was at his house last night.
Oh, the
Give me a nosy. Give me a nosy.
Did we get a nosy, Josh?
He may have snuck one in.
Thank you. Hawk, you didn't nosy.
I forgot the nosy.
Nosy.
And Crowder even brought me a Coke Zero today to say thank you for giving Jordan Appel a nosy. And it hit me at that moment that I had forgotten to give him the
my
nosy. Yeah.
We bought a new pack, a 12-pack of Coke Zero cans last night in preparation for Hot coming. We have 0 left.
You drank all that Coke Zero.
Listen, man, you fire them up in the fridge, I'm going to knock them down. So, Appel, Mike Tomlin has stepped down from the Steelers. If I gave you your choice, no context, you don't have to worry about anything anywhere. I just give you a choice. John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin, who would your choice be to be the next head coach of the Miami Dolphins?
You mean no context, like Tomlin stepped down, so technically whoever would want to hire him would have to trade for him, so it becomes a lot harder.
So?
Yeah, so the Steelers still own the rights to Mike Tomlin, similar to the Saints and Sean Payton, because he stepped down, he wasn't fired. So
okay,
there are a lot of rumors he's going to TV.
No, leave that context in there then. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, so there's no compensation for Tomlin. I'm going to go with Harbaugh.
No, there is. Let's say that there is.
Well, I'm still going with Harbaugh.
Okay.
Because I know that this season didn't end how they would have liked it. It was a down season for them. But, I mean, I've seen Harbaugh coach a team to 13 wins the season prior to that. The season prior to that, they were eliminated by 1 touchdown against Patrick Mahomes. They lost in 2024 because Mark Andrews had Butterfingers in that game. I still think John Harbaugh is a really, really good coach. I don't think that Mike Tomlin is not a good coach. I think Mike Tomlin is really good. I just think that at a certain point, 7 straight postseason losses, the last 4 or 5 by multiple scores, it becomes somewhat of a trend. You know, they're good enough to get in, but that's kind of their ceiling every year. And I'm not certain that outside of a much needed culture change, that Mike Tomlin, big picture in just the results, is that much different than what we've already had, which is squeak into the playoffs, lose in the first round. They've had a really tough time replacing Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh since Ben retired. And that's kind of tracked with the lack of real big success that the Steelers have had. And Tomlin coming down here, are they going to have a chance to build around a young quarterback? Like, maybe, but I have seen Harbaugh have more success in recent years, granted with Lamar Jackson, but has had more success recently than Tomlin has.
But Josh, you said granted, but Harbaugh has had Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson and a very good defense, all pro defensive backs and all that, and still hasn't won. And Mike Tomlin, we know, over a decade of not winning a playoff game. And I think who's better, LeBron, MJ, or Kobe?
Splitting hairs for sure.
We're talking about 2 Hall of Fame coaches here.
Yeah.
But to your point, you brought up culture, and my thing is that is the Harbaugh culture, because he is a special teams guy, but he just had so much success that we look at him as a good coach. Well, we know Mike Tomlin's a defensive guy, and that's where he made his hay, I guess you want to say. Like, what's the thought on hiring this next coach? Is it the culture of just we need something, we need an identity, or do you want a coach that has something? Because Mike McDaniel was his offensive guru, and obviously it didn't work out.
I think that given 2026 for the Dolphins is going to be a transition year before they can really reset things going into 27, I think this season can really be used as that culture shift back to not just talking about we need real leaders and accountability, but actually having that this season coming up so that when you do, whether that's sign somebody big in free agency in 27, make a big trade, or draft a young quarterback going into 27, you have that foundation from the year prior already. I know, like, I'm watching this Bucks documentary on Amazon, the 10-part documentary, and I find it so interesting how many of these Dungy assistants ended up either A, being hired as head coaches back in Tampa, or B, ended up head coaches in other places like Mike Tomlin. And you mentioned that he's a defensive guy. That's the highest paid defense in the NFL. And they were not very good this year. And they've struggled. Granted, again, TJ Watt missed some time, but even when he was out there, they were still, week 1, when they eked out a win in a shootout against that Jets offense, which didn't do anything. That's the best the Jets looked the entire year, was against that defense in week 1. Like, I don't know. I think he's a really good coach. And if the Dolphins ended up somehow hiring him, I'd talk myself into that, and I think it would be a good hire. But at the same time, if I'm having a choice between other guys like John Harbaugh, I lean towards that. And I have not that he needs my respect, but I have a ton of respect for Mike Tomlin. He is going to be a Hall of Famer without a doubt, because that track record of never missing the postseason and having a winning record every single year, like, that is something. There's a reason why he's in a class of his own in that category. Not many coaches, even John Harbaugh has had multiple down seasons in Baltimore. There are coaches who have down seasons, and the down seasons for Mike Tomlin and his Steelers career have just been, we're 9-8 or we're 8-8.
I do think that the Dolphins' job is an attractive one, Appel. And we were talking earlier, Hoch was saying, hey, scenery, lifestyle. And I think that matters. But do you just get the feeling like these established head coaches, whether or not Tomlin wants to coach again, John Harbaugh, you just feel like they'd rather go to a better situation overall? Because I don't know if Dolphins fans are kind of setting themselves up for failure, hoping that they're going to land one of these top names, when in reality, it's likely not going to be one of those guys.
I think it's still an attractive job if the candidate, whoever it is, can look past, hey, like, 2026 is not our year, but 2027 could start to be what we build. It's just they're doing this a year early just because of what the previous regime left. I think that it's a good indication that Kevin Stefanski is taking an in-person interview with the Dolphins. I think that's happening today or tomorrow. I saw that report earlier today. I think it's an attractive job, again, because of the lifestyle, because you're not in the cold for the majority of the season, because you can kind of put your own imprint on this franchise moving forward. It seems like they hired a well-respected personnel guy in John Eric Sullivan. It's a good thing that he spells his name different from John Eric Alvarez and as a hyphen. That's the Marlins PR.
You can.
I'm not sure there's two. I'm not sure there's room for two John Erics in South Florida.
Well, you can be the determining vote on this. Solana says we're all going to be calling him JES by the end of his tenure. I and Crowder are suggesting Sully.
Mm-hmm. I like Sully.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Man,
It makes me think of the pilot with Sully.
Well, obviously.
He's guiding the plane to a championship.
Wow.
Bingo. And ending up having to land it in Lake Okeechobee. And just hoping no one's hurt.
So Solana seems to be Solana's device, as he just goes with the GR, JES.
Richards,
It's
GR,
not my
yeah.
device. I mean, this is what we do. Jackson Smith and Jigba is JSN. John Eric Sullivan will be JES.
But he's an executive.
Too close to JETS, by the way. So I don't like that. It sounds like you're going JESS.
No, I'm not singing it. I'm saying
I kind of feel like you are. Tomlin for Tua.
Done deal. We got it.
Well, why would the Steelers ever do that?
They need a quarterback.
I will drive
this one in that weather, in that climate.
If they've lost their head coach and you have to give up something for them, I'm suggesting Tua.
So
hire the little special teams guy that chews all the gum, put Tua at quarterback, and see what happens.
How about you trade the Steelers Tua for Tomlin, but then you don't even hire Tomlin?
It's like that Pittsburgh Monday night game.
That's a genius plan.
That Pittsburgh Monday night game was the end of Tua in Miami, essentially. And so John Eric Sullivan, JES, Sully, is going to call up the Rooneys and be like, hey, guys, hear me out. I know that you have this guy, Mike Tomlin, and he's highly successful. He stepped away, but I know you own the right still. Can I interest you in the quarterback that you ended for us earlier this season?
You can have him now. Now you can have him.
Ruin his career. Here you go, big man.
Now you can have him. Josh Appel, thank you as always, Josh. This could be fascinating. What is the best? Who's that?
That's Solana.
Oh, look at that. Who is that? Oh, that's Steve Nash.
I was messing around. I didn't know I could do that.
I'll put that back up. That is. It's a much better looking, more talented Solana.
That's terrible.
Told you.
Amazing.
Same hairline.
Told you.
Those you who are watching on the YouTube stream, you get a little treat there. All right, Josh Appel, thank you. What is it? I was going to ask you real quick. What's the most, I guess, appealing opening in the NFL if you're a head coach? It's got to be Baltimore, right? To have Lamar Jackson?
I think it's Baltimore because of Lamar Jackson, but I think Atlanta is really sneaky attractive with all the skill talent they have there. And I think people are going to be interested in Jackson Dart. I think candidates will be interested.
But it all starts and
New
ends,
York.
though, with a great quarterback. Lamar Jackson's an MVP. Like, wouldn't that be the most appealing opening if you could choose to go anywhere?
It's the best team.
Right? Yeah.
Not even close. I think
if you could figure out that defense, though, because the defense has been an issue for them. If you could figure that out.
But is Tennessee a great team? Tennessee
No,
struggles.
but you have
a young
but you have
quarterback.
a good, potentially great
Right.
quarterback.
But
You have Cam Ward. You have the another early pick again. You have a ton of cap space, but they've got a new stadium opening up in a couple years. Are they going to be spending all that money before the stadium opens, or are they going to wait till they move in there? That's a question that I'm sure these coaches are going to have to find out. Because just because you have the cap space doesn't mean you're going to spend it.
Jackson Dart has more respect than Cam Ward and only played half the season.
I agree with you. I agree.
Would you rather coach Jackson Dart or Cam Ward?
And would you rather be successful in New York or Tennessee?
Yeah.
But-
I've been to that facility.
But at the same time, Crowder, I mean, all due respect to Chimere Dike and Alec Ayumaner and Chigo Conquo in Tennessee, you got Malik Neighbors.
Sorry because they were African names.
No, he's just flexing that he knows.
I'm just saying, like, you got
actually thought
bona
he
fide
was
guys on that
Lee.
defense.
What would you just say?
John Kulikovsky is also my favorite Buffalo Sabre as well, by the way.
See you, pal.
Bye, guys.
There you go. Josh Appel as we talk a whole bunch of nonsense there at the end. Crowder, you know what to tell us about here. This is very exciting for everyone. We're all excited to hear about Ed Morse.
I'm telling you that anniversaries are all something that we know are really special. And my friends at Edmore Sawgrass are celebrating their 80th year in business. Edmore Sawgrass has been open for 80 years. That's why my buddy, the GM, I talk about him all the time, Chris Atkins, and his team over at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac are commemorating, I was going to mess that word up. I killed it. This occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac of luxury that you always want. Check out the all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic for only $319 a month and the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics for only $369 a month. That Ed Moore's brand has been family-owned and operated for over 80 years, and they know how to take care of their customers. I'm telling you, I'm backed by Moore's. You talking about all-electric? My wife has the IQ. She loves her IQ. You have to check out these Optics, these Lyrics. They are beautiful vehicles. So don't miss out on the 80th anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac, your 6-time dealer of the year. They're right off Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, you're always backed by Morris. It's a great feeling from the trade-in to the sale, to the purchase, to the service, to everything. Being backed by Morris is a great feeling. Click EdmoreSawgrass.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Unk.
We back at it with the steady Hotman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next. Always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right. Talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a Matt Mervis bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour.
I'm ready.
Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour.
I'm ready, Georgie.
Get ready for that 3 o'clock
I'm ready.
Ready for that 3 o'clock? Are you ready
So-
for the 3 o'clock?
Here's a couple of notes, and we have Heat tickets every hour today up until 6 o'clock, and I'll give away another pair of them here in the first segment. Put us up on the stream, someone, please pay attention. I know you have a Heat game coming up tonight, Izod Lacoste over there, but please, let's try to pay attention. Oh, there he is, Steve Nash. Couple of notes. Josina Anderson tweeted out, league sources have told me Mike Tomlin has told people that he would prefer to coach in a warm weather environment if it fits.
Warmest place in the NFL.
Joe Shad tweets out, and he attributes this to Tom Pelissero, who's very connected. Miami would make a lot of sense for Mike Tomlin. So a couple of things percolating there, maybe. Also, Diana Rossini had tweeted out the Dolphins have moved on. I don't know if you mentioned this in the headlines. Dolphins have moved on from assistant GM Marvin Allen, who has been with the Dolphins since 2019.
Wow. No, I didn't even see that.
So John Eric Sullivan is making some moves.
I don't know who Marvin Allen is, but I love that John Eric Sullivan is putting his stamp on the team early.
Got to make things happen,
Yes.
man. Got to make things happen. So Dolphins move on from Marvin Allen, assistant GM, and there's just a little bit of scuttlebutt that maybe Mike Tomlin, there's also plenty of scuttlebutt that he wants to go work in television, but maybe some that he's interested in warm weather. All right, let's do headlines. Frank Caliendo is going to join us this hour, and I want to give away another pair of Heat tickets here in the first segment if we can do so. Heat and Celtics Thursday night at the Kaseya Center. We have tickets every hour. Heat and Suns tonight at the Kaseya Center. You'll get the Heat game on 104.3 FM tonight. You'll get Canes Hoops on 560 AM tonight. The big breaking news, Mike Tomlin stepping down as the Steelers head coach after 19 seasons. Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Hyundai. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
Just as an aside, you see Canes Hoops balling this year?
They are balling, man.
Really?
They look good.
14-2.
But most of it, like Notre Dame, that'll be a tough opponent tonight.
Yeah, it was all non-conference stuff. They lost to Florida at the beginning of the year, and then they had one more loss, obviously, but now they have to do it in the conference. Fine.
Correct.
But I don't know, like first year of Jay Lucas, and
Yeah.
they're 14-2 in non-conference play. They've won 3 conference games already. They're 3-0. I don't know. They've won 9 straight. Like, because Tobin had mentioned it this morning. He's like, yeah, I was watching them over the weekend. I think they played Georgia Tech. He's like, man, they look really good. And I start looking at their schedule, and I'm like, damn, that's impressive. First year.
By the way, you've seen all this Anthony Davis stuff. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. Mavericks are looking to move him. They could move him to a team that would, because he could possibly be ready for the playoffs and blah, blah, blah. Anthony Davis has tweeted, y'all better stop listening to all these lies on the apps.
He gone.
What lies? Does he need surgery or not?
I don't know. So if you look at his replies, he's been replying to some of the breaking news lies, y'all listening to lies. And then he tweeted out that tweet. So I'm trying to see this was deleted by the author. He responded to one of the tweets with lies, and the author has deleted that. He replied to another tweet, lies, but y'all keep listening to them. That person deleted the tweet as well, but he has tweeted on his own, you all better stop listening to all these lies on the app.
They don't. I hate that they always had to respond to tweets and all that stuff.
Well, if it's
he is
if
an
it's-
injury-prone fella.
If it's genuinely though lies about his health, I would understand.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know if they want to trade him or if they're going to move him or whatever.
No, I think he wants to be traded. So honestly, I mean, he's at the back end of his career. He can barely stay healthy, and he wants to look. The Mavs are going places, but in the future, Kyrie may or may not be back at the end of the season. Like, they're not actually competing for anything this year. I would imagine he'd prefer to go to a contender.
Can you imagine being traded for Luka and then just kind of being shipped off? Because he can't command anything in return.
No.
Nothing, right? I mean, he commanded at one point in his career Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you'd. I mean, what would you give for Anthony Davis?
Not a lot right now. I mean, I'd like to know if he's actually going to have surgery and is going to be out for the remainder of the year.
Spoiler alert, if he doesn't need it this time, he's going to need it soon
Right.
for another injury.
No chance he's playing 75-plus games the remainder of his NBA career ever.
As long as we're speaking NBA, let me give away a pair of Heat tickets here. Heat and Celtics, Thursday night, Kaseya Center. What caller number would you like to take? Would you like to take caller 14, actually 15, for the number of points you need Bam to score tonight?
Please, Bam. Come on, big man.
All right, caller 15 right now, 305-567-0560, 305-567-0560. Caller 15 gets a pair of Heat Celtics tickets for Thursday night. And you get the added pleasure of talking to Jimmy, who's dressed like a bumblebee.
I like the shirt, Jimmy. Look good.
Thanks, Crowder.
No
That's
problem.
a lie. You told him before the show, Jimmy, your body style doesn't do well with thick horizontal stripes.
I was off air. You got man. I'm an honest friend. Yeah.
Well, you're
Jimmy.
obviously not.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
That's a rough look.
You know, they say TV ads 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
There's YouTube stream ads about 37, Jimmy. Just teasing. You look good. What team is that? What is that you're wearing?
It's a Turkish team.
What team? What team, Jimmy?
I can't pronounce it.
No.
What's that movie with the bees when he was fighting with the bears and the humans?
My Girl?
Jesus Christ.
Macaulay Culkin got eaten by bees.
No, it was a movie with bees.
Oh,
where-
Transformers.
Oh, Bumblebee.
The Bee Movie.
Yeah, Bumblebee.
Was it Bee Movie when they were getting mad at the bears and the humans?
don't be outraged with us if we didn't come up with Bee Movie when you're going movie with the bees. No
The
one's
Bee
assuming.
Movie.
I know, but no one's assuming it's the Bee Movie. That'd be too easy to forget that.
It's very easy to forget because it seems too obvious.
Well, I believe you're thinking of My Girl with Macaulay Culkin.
That was a dumb movie too.
It was not.
That was the dumbest movie
What are
ever.
you talking about?
My Girl,
My Girl.
goofball stuff.
Stop it. That movie was brilliant.
Never seen it.
Never saw My
Don't
Girl.
waste your time.
Never saw it.
Fantastic movie.
It's unreal.
Macaulay Culkin, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis,
The lineup.
bees.
He wasn't gonna hit nothing.
Who? Macaulay Culkin? Stop it. She was so into him. She was so into him.
No, she wasn't.
Are you joking?
Man, that was some square
You didn't
goofball
even
stuff.
see the
no,
movie, man. You did
Jack,
not
that,
even
that
see
was a
that movie.
that was a cultural different movie.
No, not at all. You just don't
Very.
understand. You don't understand love.
No, I do understand love. You seen
Nah.
Love and Basketball?
No.
You seen Poetic Justice?
No.
Poetic Justice was the black My Girl.
Stop it.
I've seen Poetic Justice. You've never seen Love and Basketball?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, ain't want no action.
That's a Mount Rushmore sports movie.
Yeah, okay.
ain't want no action.
Who's in Love and Basketball?
Omar Epps, he doesn't know. And Sanaa Lathan,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I love him in the Birdcage.
that's a woman.
Oh, that's
nailed
Nathan,
that.
Nathan Lane. I was
You
thinking.
nailed that.
I've watched movies.
Yeah, but I love that. I've seen that movie a million
Well,
times.
you didn't
haven't,
watch My
Solana.
Girl if you've watched movies and you thought that Macaulay Culkin wasn't going to
He
get
have
some.
no game.
Stop
He
it.
was
He gave up his life for her.
No, he wasn't. He just couldn't run fast enough.
You know who else is in that movie? Love and Basketball?
Who's that?
Your boy,
Who?
Dennis Haysbert.
Man, the hell with Dennis Haysbert.
Love Dennis Haysbert.
Big man me at the Boys and Girls Club.
Love Haysbert.
have nobody with him in the section. I can't sit with him.
Somebody texts in, my girl, Hoch, do not make me crash from PTSD sadness. I'm telling you, that movie.
What happened?
Hawk, I got stung by a bee before. You know what I did? I ran.
Yeah, but you didn't get swarmed by bees.
I ran. I guarantee I can beat every bee in the world in a race.
It's the most shocking movie death of all time.
You're telling me that in that movie, Macaulay Culkin passes away due to bees?
That's right.
That's ridiculous.
And then Veda cannot believe when she's looking at him in the casket. It's a young boy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have his glasses on. Jimmy, you remember, right?
It's glasses.
He
He
needs his
can't
glasses.
see.
He can't see without his glasses.
Is that where that comes from?
Yeah.
Yep.
I literally am starting to cry right now. Do you see this? I have a tear coming down. Like
You
that.
don't have tear ducts.
What are you talking about? You don't
cried
see
in 30 years. Don't know, Jack.
you don't see this tear coming
Don't
down.
try to
my
lie to
eye.
people.
I'm literally crying right
Fine.
now. That movie is so sad.
He's not dead, so I can say it's a terrible movie.
Terrible. Look up Rotten Potato.
Why did he run?
Rotten Potatoes? No, look it up. RottenPotatoes.com.
There we go.
Yeah,
Go to that one.
RottenPotatoes.com.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, get me the URL, Rotten Potatoes. That was genuine. That was
You look me dead in my eye. Look up Rotten Potatoes. By the way, it's got a 57%
It's
potato meter.
Terrible.
no chance. It's got 57. The one won the Oscar.
7%
Because
potato
it was
meter.
limited and it was little kids. They always give little kids the benefit of the
it.
doubt. Like,
It may-
move.
I just made up that it won an Oscar. I don't know if it did or
It
didn't.
couldn't have. Just move.
Are you really looking at Rotten Potatoes?
Yeah.
There's no such thing. The highlight of the movie was the little boy dying.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
It's one of the most shocking. I'm telling you, that's considered the most shocking death, where you literally don't think that it's coming. There's no
Did you think that Rocky's buddy was gonna die? I didn't know the big Russian was gonna kill old boy.
He said, "I must kill you,"
But I didn't know he's gonna kill him.
he really didn't. He didn't say, "I must kill you." I'm just making some.
You was just like to lie.
But you see that I'm crying though.
You're not.
I am.
You're not capable of crying.
Look.
I've known you for
Look.
too long.
Look.
Why don't pull your eyeball out at me?
If you're just tuning in, Mike Tomlin has stepped down as the Steelers head coach. The reason I brought up the Miami Hurricanes was to also bring up an actual sad story, and let's be mature about this for a second. Bill Courtney, who was part of Jim Larenega's staff and a longtime college basketball head coach, did pass away earlier.
He did.
Today.
The university announced that. Remember, when Larenega stepped down last season, it was Bill Courtney
The interim head coach.
who was the interim head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
When
shocking.
we were out there. We met him
We did?
years ago. We were out there.
Oh,
we met him.
yeah. Not last
No,
season.
not
Yeah.
last year.
Yep.
Years and years
Yep.
ago, we ended up meeting him. And then
Yep.
when I saw the stuff on
Yep.
Twitter, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I
Sad.
talked with him.
The Miami Heat do play tonight against the Phoenix Suns at 7:30 p.m. Norman Powell is questionable for tonight's game only. I sent you guys this. The Heat are doing select concession stand prices, $5 12-ounce beers, $3 glizzies,
Oh.
$2 sodas, and $2 popcorns.
They have the best popcorn there. Kaseya Center has the best popcorn.
They are losing money on 6 Point Bam. Grief in the morning. They gotta cut prices on 6 Point Bam.
This update from Diana Rossini
That's
will
what
be
happened. They brought Spo in. They said, what can we do about Bam only scoring 6 points? He's like, have you thought about lowering the price of hot dogs? They're like, done.
This update from Diana Rossini might be sadder than Macaulay Culkin dying in My Girl. Spoiler alert. She writes, as John Harbaugh continues to gather information about his next landing spot, Giants, Falcons, and Titans, she's told, are considered the favorites to land the former Ravens head coach.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It sucks, though.
Armando Salguero tweets out, Mike Tomlin is not expected to go to the Miami Dolphins, per source, whether or otherwise. I'm told he's stepping away to be with his family and will make other decisions after.
If I had to bet, because we talked about it, and the best job, the worst job, all the rankings. If I had to bet my own money, I don't think Mike Tomlin coaches this year.
I think he goes to television. I really believe that.
Yeah, and I think he'll come back, but it's just
Well, they used to say that about Bill Cowher too, and he never came back. He
Yeah.
enjoyed doing the TV work
and
The Sean Payton route. Remember, Sean Payton stepped away from the Saints, went to TV for a year, and thankfully for all of us, went back to the NFL sidelines.
And Mike Tomlin loves X and O football. I really do. I don't think he'll go the route, the hell with the route. I think he'll step away, he'll recalibrate. Him and his wife will take a vacation.
figure out the best spot for the future.
Yes,
Yeah.
and see what goes on next coaching cycle. I really do believe that if I had to bet money.
Anything else? Because Frank Caliendo is going to join us.
Heat Canes both play tonight. And as Hoch mentioned, the Canes Notre Dame game will be on AM 560. Heat will be on FM 104.3. Your weather in South Florida right now, still rainy, so drive safely, everybody.
I cannot believe that you didn't like My Girl.
Terrible movie.
And I can't believe you've never seen My Girl.
Now I know what happens. You ruined it for me.
It's still going to shock you. That's the crazy thing about
You know
it.
what you're going to say? Run! And he's going to sit there and slap at his
Oh,
forehead.
stop it. You can't outrun bees.
I've outrun him 100 times.
You can't outrun bees.
Bees! The fast bee, the bee cheetah. Cheetah bees.
Frank Caliendo is going to join us in the next segment. It is the beginning of the year. This is a perfect time to visit International Jewelers Exchange. Maybe you got a little year-end bonus or some spending cash over the holidays. You can find something special for yourself or someone you love at International Jewelers Exchange. Incredible timepieces, diamonds, gold, even custom-made jewelry. And then before you know it, it's going to be Valentine's Day. That's like 1 month away. Today's the 13th. Valentine's Day is always on the 14th, correct? Am I correct on that, February 14th? So it's 1 month and 1 day.
Yes.
Valentine's Day will be here. You want to give her something that she's going to remember. Imagine giving her a Valentine's gift that she'll cherish forever. The place to make it happen is International Jewelers Exchange. With over 40 years in business and 3 convenient South Florida locations, they really are your jewelry superstore. If you've never stepped foot in International Jewelers Exchange before, go visit. More than 150 individual jewelers, all family owned and operated, to choose from under one roof. You will literally be able to find anything you're looking for. And maybe you want to custom design a piece of jewelry. That's no problem at International Jewelers Exchange. You're not dealing with salespeople. You're engaging with jewelers with over 50 years experience. And the prices are wholesale to the public. You'll see items up to 70% off retail. 3 locations: Boca Raton on Glades, just west of the Turnpike, Aventura, a block south of Aventura Mall, and Boynton Beach at Boynton Beach Boulevard and Military Trail. The International Jewelers Exchange, unbeatable by design.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Somebody has dubbed me on the text machine Bad Bet Bunny.
Today.
Delightful to see Frank Caliendo. That's A-list caliber celebrity
Big
in
time.
my
I'm just smiling just seeing his face.
In my humble opinion. Frank Caliendo is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He's one of the funniest comedians alive. I genuinely believe that. I said that earlier. He is all over radio and social media. His clips go viral all the time. But if you've never seen him live at a comedy club, you are missing out. And he is coming to the west coast of Florida at the end of the month. And it happens to be the perfect weekend because it's the weekend in between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl. So there's no NFL that weekend. There's nothing going on that weekend. So you shoot over for a little weekend getaway in Naples, which is a beautiful area. And then you enjoy the west coast of Florida and you catch a Caliendo show. You can go to frankcaliendo.com. He has 4 shows in Naples, 2 on Friday, January 30th, and 2 on Saturday, the 31st. And he's with us now. Hello, Frank.
Hey guys, how are you?
You sound a little lethargic. You need a little pep in your
the
step.
opposite way of your intro. I wanted to let you down.
I-
My buddy just texted me that he wanted to start our podcast back up because of the Tomlin firing, or
Stepping away.
Stepping away. And he does an emotional Bill Cowher. That's his he does tons of impressions, John Holmberg, but like he does emotional Bill Cowher. That's when he finds out on CBS that he's going to the Hall of Fame. It's the S's and that. And so we were thinking emotional Bill Cowher, John Gruden, and the ghost of John Madden all joined forces to coach the Steelers.
Can we get a preview maybe of
I'll tell you what, man, you can get more than a preview. We can do that right now. Could you imagine me with the steel curtain, man? I tell you what, Gruden steel curtain, GSC, is that what that would be? GSC. Took me a second to put it together.
Yeah.
Then I was in my mind making sure that the letters didn't do something bad. So I was like,
well, none of our listeners would have been able to figure it out. Neither would we, to be quite honest.
I'll tell you what, man, I'm not good with abbreviations, salutations. What would that be called? Alliteration. That's 2 sounds at the beginning. Anything like that, man. I tell you what, and we didn't hit any of the correct terminology there, but I tell you what, spider 2Y banana. Let's do that.
Can you break the Tomlin news for us as Adam Schefter so then we can pretend that we actually had Adam Schefter break the Tomlin news with us?
It appears at this time that Mike Tomlin went into a meeting with the Rooney family and the entire Pittsburgh organization, and it turned out that they didn't even have to ask him if he was coming back. He let them know that he was done. He'd loved his time there. He'd enjoyed it, but it was time to move on. He has no immediate idea what he's going to do in the football world, although that is a definite possibility. But right now, Mr. Tomlin is going to take time with his family and enjoy the Amazon deliveries his wife has been getting.
It's such a perfect chef.
It's crazy.
Really, you do Kuiper. Crowder's had a run-in with, ever since Crowder was drafted, 05?
05.
So Kuiper told you.
Guaranteed first round, Frank. I'm going 22nd at the latest to Green Bay. I did the math. I was making $8 million. I got $1 million credit line. I spent up a bunch of money. I bought a Hummer. And then I went 3rd round and I spent more than my signing bonus because Mel Kiper lied to me.
You got to take into account that I don't actually make the draft picks. At the end of the day, the teams are the ones making the picks. And a lot of things a lot of things happen during the draft. Other guys slip, other guys move up, and that changes the order. And a lot of times you're trying to figure out who's going to go where. And it just, they don't, a lot of times these GMs are drinking the night before. They have no idea what something getting into the hookah party, doing something they shouldn't have been doing. win. I know the hookah's fine, but sometimes it gets laced with something. Somebody puts a little something inside. A hookah bar's fine, but at the end of the day, if you're getting laced with some sort of marijuana strain that's a little bit stronger than what you were intending, I think at the end of the day, you're going to make some lazy picks.
Mel, did it hurt me, Mel, that I got arrested 3 times in 2 years and I was on papers?
I'll tell you what, having a rap sheet doesn't help unless it depends on the fast twitch muscle. At the end of the day, what's your wingspan? What's your ability? Certain things, certain intangibles, and the measurements definitely can bring you back up. I think like if you're a guy in a gas mask smoking weed before a game, that's a definite way to slide down. But in a couple of years, you're the kind of guy who could come back and get a second contract. But definitely, as somewhere along the way, if you're 1 arrest, 2, 3, it's like LeBron counting championships in the Miami area. I don't think. And if you definitely if you're at 5, like if you run a 4.1 40, unbelievable hands, that's the kind of guy who can go up to maybe 4 or 5 arrests. But if you're in 4.6, 4.7, as a wide receiver, maybe 5'1" as a lineman, and you're under 6'5", I don't think you're gonna stay in the first round.
You had too many arrests for your skill set. Had you been slightly better,
there's a definite correlation. There's a definite correlation between arrests and skill set that determine the round of draft that you're going to be in.
Hookah party. I like a hookah party. Can we put this to bed? Because I've been hearing Crowder talk about this for a decade, how angry he is at Mel Kiper. Can you just apologize to him as Mel Kiper so we can move past this stage in his life?
Yeah, I gotta say that at the end of the day, I look at everything that making prognosticating is not really what I do. I do future analysis. Future analysis might be wrong. Prognostication, on the other hand, it's like Nostradamus doing a tremendous job in ancient times, letting you know what was coming, spoke vaguely, then wrote it down. Some of the stuff's lost in translation. We're not talking about the Bill Murray movie directed by the Coppola lady. What we're talking about is that at the end of the day, this is as good of an apology you're ever going to get.
There was no apology. Literally, there was a definition of prognosticating and guessing, but there was no 100%.
That's a pretty good apology. I heard the word apology, and I heard from me. There was something negating it along the way.
I hate to turn this into just a piano bar where we ask you just to do voices and silly things, but
hold on. Speaking of piano bar, you ever see Billy Joel? Tremendous job out there in New York. It did a great job. Sing us a song of the Piano Man. It's 9:00 on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. He's making love to his tonic and gin.
I feel like that is something Mel Kiper would say.
It's not because you sing us a melody. I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete. And when I wear a younger man's clothes, la-di-da-di-da, da-da-di-da.
Now, I can firmly say there is not another radio show on this huge day of breaking news with Mike Tomlin that has Mel Kiper reciting the lyrics to Piano Man.
I'll tell you what, I love listen to this, Hoch. John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gives me my drinks for free.
I wish Crowder knew the song.
He's quick with the jokes to light up your smokes. Open up that hookah bar.
It's fantastic. It really is.
Not in my demographic, I guess.
Can we have, I don't know, John Madden tell Tua Tagovailoa that his services are no longer needed in Miami?
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing that you got to let a guy down, softly. You don't, if that's a tough, and that's not what seems to be happening in Miami at this time. The coach, I think, walks in and tells or the owner walks in, tells the coach, hey, I don't think we're going to need you anymore in the middle, of a player evaluation. And I think that's the kind of thing that, I mean, that's just the Miami Dolphins being the Miami Dolphins.
Can you have Jim Rome tell
and you
Tua?
Would think, for 1 second, you would think they say the Dolphins are great communicators in the sea. that they have ways to talk to each other because they're mammals. People think they're fish, but they're not. Dolphins are mammals like whales. They got a blowhole. I don't know if a dolphin has a blowhole, but the dolphins have a blowhole. But that's the thing. They say dolphins are great communicators, but in the football world, it doesn't seem like the communication is at the same level.
Are dolphins great communicators? I thought whales
they
were.
talk
Dolphins
to each
are?
other.
One of the
Yeah,
best.
they
I had
talk.
no idea.
Remember, did you ever see Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
In Ace Ventura, he talks to the dolphins.
That's
he makes
right.
that kind of noise there.
Can we have Jim Rome tell Tua that he's no longer needed in Miami?
Tua, you did a great job when you were upright, but there wasn't enough of that time. Dude would scramble and then get scrambled. That is not good. And that is not Tua Tagovailoa's fault. Dude was doing the best he could, wasn't getting the protection needed. The arm was not as strong as people thought. People thought he had a cannon. Turns out it was more of just a sawed-off rifle.
How about Pacino? Can you have Pacino tell Tua to get out of the building?
Yeah. You know that card you swipe? It's no good anymore. You can swipe it, but you're going to get a red light, not a green light. And you need the green light to get into the building. I'm going to need your playbook.
If you're watching him on the YouTube stream, it's amazing. His facial,
it's a whole. It's visual as
it's
well. As
visual.
audible.
That's why I
Yeah.
say you have to see him as in stand-up
Yeah.
because he really takes on the persona. Is that at all similar? I don't know if you do Joe Biden, but it reminded me. Yeah,
Folks,
is that?
come on.
Yeah.
Were you the guy with the thing? Folks, when I was a young man growing up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, we had a great quarterback, Via Tungalova. Great young man. Played for the Alabama. Died of Crimson. They were national champions. Folks, Jalen Hurts. They played together, side by side. Teammates. Both in the NFL. Popsicles are fun. Come on, guys. Come on.
You know, I heard what was going on. With the Miami Dolphins, and I said I wouldn't handle it that way. I would handle it much more with compassion. I'm a compassion guy. And I said, you don't let the coach go in the middle of an interview. He's talking to players, and he said, this is what you did well, and this is what you didn't do well. And then the owner comes in, he says, you're not going to talk to these guys anymore. We're not going to call you coach. And Tanya Harding? No, not Tanya Harding. Tua, Tunga, let me get this right. Tua, Tunga Viola. Voila. That's what a great chef says. A great chef, the best chefs. We're the best chefs here at the White House. And he said, voila, Tunga, voila. But we said, as great as what you're doing is, as great as you are, you're not the proper mix. You're the wrong chef in the kitchen. I said, and they said, we're gonna go a different direction. And that's what we're doing with Mike McDaniels. McDaniel. Is there an S? Is he plural or is he singular? And a lot of people ask, do you know about Mike McDaniel? I said, of course I know Mike McDaniel. He did a great job. He had a tremendous grasp of the language, like me. We both turned a phrase. We turned tremendous phrases. A lot of people are saying probably the best. And when a great coach like John Harbaugh becomes available, a lot of people say, how can we get this guy? How can we get John Harbaugh? And everybody starts talking. When he wasn't available, when there was no John Harbaugh, people said, well, I don't know if we could find somebody better. Then John Harbaugh came along, and it was like voting him back to be president again.
Oh my God.
That's
It's
that is
really-
wild to watch. What's
Amazing.
the hardest transition, Frank? From Morgan Freeman to Jim Rome, like there has to be a hard transition to do that like you
if
do.
two voices are kind of close, then it can get messy, right? That's if it's a
Because easy to
if
slip
it's,
into
if
the
it's
other
like a
one.
Morgan Freeman to Morgan Freeman
To Jim Rome, that's an easy switch because
it's just in the middle there.
you know, if you're trying to go from like John C. Riley to Mark Ruffalo, that's a little harder because it's a soft.
Wait a second.
change.
That was John C. Riley. I thought that was Barkley. That was John C. Riley.
John C. Riley, yeah, that's this right here. Did you touch my drum set? But I guess that could be pretty close to Charles Barkley. That's pretty close right there, knucklehead. I mean, that guy. Hockman really tried to call me out right there, but he's got no idea. He really has no idea what he's talking about.
We've had a long running debate on this show. I think Step Brothers is one of the least funny
Oh.
movies of all time.
Well,
and
I mean, it's not like you're the smartest guy in the world. Thank you.
but that line tickled them
If a
because
fun-
they love that movie.
Can a very funny person tell you the truth about Step Brothers?
Well, I don't think Frank is going
Oh,
to be honest
good.
in this.
No, I
forum.
think Step Brothers is good. I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but it's it's got a lot of quotable, ridiculous lines and stuff. I mean, the stuff that they do to each other in that movie, it's just antagonistic. So if you like that kind of stuff,
which is what Crowder likes, antagonistic stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am dying. That was
good.
better than I could have imagined.
Naples, I'm gonna go over.
Well, Frank is going to be in Naples on the 30th and the 31st. I'm going out there to see him, but I'm telling you, it's honestly the perfect weekend because there's no football. I looked because I was like, do I really want to miss a football game? And then I looked and I was like, oh, there is no football game.
I tried to get a stop in Lauderdale along the way. I don't know what happened, so I have to come back in the area at some point. It's not going to be right now, but Naples is the closest I'm going to be right now. This club Off the Hook is supposedly actually off the hook.
Well, it's frankcaliendo.com
Mhm.
if you want to see wherever he is. I know a lot of people podcast us from all over the place. So he's got what did it say on there? A tour that never really ends.
Yeah. And you can actually just go to frankonstage.com. That way you don't even have to spell Caliendo. Because in Southern Florida, I think people can get it because it's Italian and it's close to, it's closer to Spanish and stuff like that. But if you're in like when I go to Minnesota, they'd be like, is that Frank Calamari there? Yeah, I saw him on the menu. Yeah, he looked good. What an appetizer.
That's why I ski in Minnesota, man. That's my spot.
Excellent. Any other? We're really out of time. I didn't get to Stephen A. Smith.
I understand that your time is valuable, but that's what we're going to be today.
I didn't get the Sandler.
That's the Stephen A. Winedown.
I understand.
You know what I love about the Trump? I love the Trump. It was like the low energy, just kind of chopping it up Trump.
It's
not
very
the-
quiet. A lot of people do the over-the-top Trump, but I said there's no need. I'm quite frankly, I'm very close to being a ventriloquist. I had a record when I was a little boy, when I was a young man. I had a record that was Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, and they taught you how to do ventriloquism on a record. And I said, if you can teach me how to do ventriloquism with no visual, you're tremendous.
All right, we got to go. Frank Caliendo. He's going to be in Naples the 30th and the 31st. I am telling you, I've seen him before in a comedy club, and I imagine in Naples, like it can't be a giant venue, right? I mean,
No, it's like a 300-seat club.
yeah.
It's awesome.
So you really get to see the facial.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? I didn't get the
Expression?
facial expressions because
Expression,
it
huh?
really is spectacular, right? He becomes the person that he's impersonating.
Let me ask you this, Hoch. Would you say it's tremendous or fantastic?
What are my
You have
choices
choices.
again?
Multiple choice. Fantastic, tremendous, or all of the above.
I will go all of the above. Frank on tour. Is that what it was? Frank on tour?
FrankOnStage.com.
FrankOnStage.com. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know what Frank on Tour will get you.
I do, because I have that too, and it's my only Frank page.
That's the other side.
Oh, Jimmy, that's perfect for you. FrankOnStage.com. I will see you in Naples. Thank you for making time for us today. You really
Whack me, I am out.
He's out, Jimmy. We'll take a break. 4 o'clock hour is next.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I used to spray paint raccoons and see if they come back in my yard after I catch them.
It's a great move.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop massive savings on a massive Chevy inventory, all backed by Morse at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet. Visit EdmoreSawgrassChevrolet.com. Chevy.
PM and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and Moore, Tobin and Leroy giving gooses galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. For Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hotman, Crowder, Solana. Get ready for some more.
I'm ready for more. We're not going to top that segment, but I'm ready for more.
That man's funny.
That man is funny. Somebody put on the chat, bro, Caliendo needs a segment at least once a week moving forward. It would be good for all of our mental health. Yeah.
I think he's busy.
He's busy.
Yeah.
Someone put on there, Caliendo looked like he didn't want to be there, but he was professional about it. No, he wanted to be there. He texted me this morning asking if he could come on the show, because I had talked to him over the weekend about getting me tickets to his show in Naples. And he's like, hey, let me come on the show, and maybe more people want to go to Naples. So I guarantee you he wanted to be here and would have stayed longer had we asked him.
Can you get me tickets?
I'm going to say,
Do
Hawk,
you want to go to
going now?
Naples?
Yeah, I'll go.
I mean, listen, if you're going to Naples, happy to hook you up.
I'll go to Naples.
Not you, Jimmy.
I gotta drive across to go to IMG every now and again. So Naples is right there.
You're going to Naples, let me know. Because
January 30th, the Heat don't play. Count me in, Hawk.
now that's the Friday. I'm going to the Saturday on the 31st.
Well, that's perfect. I don't want to go with you anyways.
That was just amazing. Today on the show, it's a Heat ticket blitz. So we've got a pair of tickets for Heat and Celtics Thursday night at the Kaseya Center. Every hour, I'll give away another pair this hour. Joe Zagacki is going to join us this hour. I'll give you 15 minutes of Heat, which is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. So I was shocked earlier in the show when Crowder said the line for Bam tonight, the over-under, knowing that he's had some scoring problems, the line tonight is 14.5. I couldn't believe it. Double-checked it, and it's true.
I got it locked in.
That's a crazy points line for Bam Adebayo. I've never seen it that low before. It was usually 17.5. Sometimes when he was going through a slump, you'd see 16.5. 14.5 is crazy low.
And I was listening this morning to Hollywood and Omar and them, and then they played the Spo audio when he was like, no, we got to have this homestand and all. They can't go out there and score 96 points tonight. They got to go out there and throw up 120 something.
Well,
Bam has
you want to guess what the over under is?
Solana, don't do that to me. My money's in.
You want to guess what the over under is tonight? Total points for the game? Heat and Phoenix.
I saw 230.
Yeah, 230.5.
I think the Heat are going to score. I don't think Phoenix is, the type of defense that OKC is or that Minnesota is. But the question is Bam Adebayo going to ease out of his funk that he's in?
You wonder, is he the kind of guy that shrivels into the funk, or is he the kind of guy who bursts out of it?
And he has to burst out if he's the guy Solana's been telling him he was for a decade now.
You want to know what the line is tonight? Do you know?
I do not.
Heat hosting the Suns. You want to guess?
I think it was 1.5 either way. I forget which way.
Heat -1.
Bam better do something.
Devin Booker over under?
Oh, 22?
25?
25.5.
Yeah.
How about
what's Dylan Brooks? Is it 20?
Dylan Brooks is 19.5.
19.
Dylan Brooks is Heat culture.
No, he's not.
Nah,
he's a goofball.
I think he's almost the opposite of Heat culture.
I like him.
I think he wants to be a UD type, but he's not.
No, he doesn't even want to do that. Like, his game is Heat culture, where it's I'm willing to do whatever.
I'm talking about
team
the
needs
antics.
Me. But it's not even his antics are just like, I'm gonna stare at LeBron, and I'm gonna get underneath LeBron's skin, which is fine, but he does it in such a goofy way.
Lance Stevenson blowing in his ear though was funny. That was even though we were Team LeBron back then. That was funny. You have to admit, in hindsight, Lance Stevenson blowing in his ear was funny.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it
gonna
wasn't.
pick on the bully.
You know what was funny? The
That's
Heat
funny.
beating the Pacers every single year, literally every year.
I like Dylan Brooks because I'm
Except
gonna
couple days ago.
pick on the bully. He likes to pick on the bully. I like it.
Wiggins tonight, you want to guess? Over under?
15.
14 and a half.
Mid-teen.
Tyler?
They're gonna say 20.
Yeah, 21 and a half.
20 and a half. Norman Powell?
If he plays.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hurt.
Well, he's questionable.
Around 21 and a half.
I'd say because Tyler's at 20 and a half, Norm's at 18.
20 and a half as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope.
Triple J, 13 and a half. Davion Mitchell, 7 and a half.
Over.
Grayson Allen, 12 and a half.
Mitchell. I like Grayson Allen too.
He's sweet, bro. He's been really good for them.
Let me see what they...
What's his number? 7.5?
No, I think it was like 12 and a half.
12
Nah,
and
he
a half.
averages closer to 15. So
Oh, okay.
it's gotta be
We
up
should
there.
trade for him. He's right up our alley. 15 and a half.
Let me see if there's any triple-double action on Bam tonight. No.
What? I would rather him, I guess, not try to get as many rebounds and score points.
Well,
You
no, but
want to
he-
see points.
I-
That's the,
but how-
but
this is-
that is faulty though. That's
You know,
It's not
it's
only
not
faulty.
faulty.
It's not only faulty. Hold on a second. We have a system. And you want Tyler and Norman Powell, who are your two best scorers,
right.
Mhm.
to figure it out and
It's-
score as many points as possible,
it's-
and you just want your Bam over to hit.
No,
but
no,
more
no,
than
no, no, no,
six. More than 6.
I want
That's fair.
my star to be able to get in the 20s with ease.
But you're just constantly confused with why they
Solana.
paid Bam Adebayo. I'm not saying that 6 points is okay. I'm not justifying his play over the past month. Don't get it twisted. But you continue to look at Bam and say, why isn't he Hakeem Olajuwon? Why isn't he prime Shaq? They need to give him the ball, get out of the way, and he's got to go give me buckets. And he's not that player. So you continue to ask him to be that player, and he's going to continue to come up short every time because he's not that player.
okay, and when you make him my one, when you make him the best player on my team, and he can't score 20 points a game, I don't like that, Solana. I don't
fine.
want
That's
my
fine.
the
That's fine.
system we're running. The PER. Who has the best PER in NBA history? Nobody gives a damn. They talk about points and they talk about damn championships. They don't talk about the best pick and roll player or the best guy that helps on the weak side.
Well, when Bam Adebayo met Jason Tatum at the rim to win a playoff game in the Eastern Conference Finals,
One of the
I
best
don't
blocks you'll ever see.
I don't remember you taking up issue with Bam Adebayo being a monster on the defensive end when he literally won you a playoff game,
Yes.
meeting one of the best scorers, to your point, in the
Mhm.
league. Guess what? He blocked him at the rim, and the Heat won that series.
And that is, he won one game.
Okay.
He won one game. Solana, what are you talking about?
Bam
You have to
Adebayo,
score more points than the other team to win the games.
Bam
I
Adebayo,
want my stars to put the biscuit in the basket.
that's fine. If you don't think Bam Adebayo
He can't do it.
is good enough to be
The one? No.
no, but I'm not telling you
A
he's a one.
two? No.
I think he's good enough to be
No.
a two,
I
but
don't-
he can't
who?
be
Well,
your
it-
second best
Bam
scorer,
and
but
who?
it will have be an elite superstar for him to be the 2.
which is what
It-
they're trying to do.
no. I get it. I
Who?
get it. But
By
I'm just
bringing
saying.
in Norman Powell?
I'm just saying to be the 2, it has to be an elite superstar.
So
100%.
SGA, and he could be the 2 with SGA.
that style, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
If there's a reason why the Miami Heat don't want to trade Bam, it's because a lot of guys around the league want to play with Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, he'd make a great 2.
Yes.
He would. But for him to be a legit 2, it has to be an elite player,
For
elite
sure.
scorer.
I
By the way,
agree.
just
So-
in other news, Barry Jackson tweets out, Rachel Nichols says Ja Morant
Yep.
would love a trade to the Heat. And Barry Jackson says, if it's for Rozier, Fontecchio, and a bottle of Fresca, it's worth the risk, as I've noted. For more than that,
I would love him to be here, but I wouldn't put the farm on it.
But we don't have the farm. Like,
listen,
just go get him. We don't have the farm.
don't.
Yeah, but you can't. Hawk, I
I'm
mean,
not saying give up 3 1s. I'm not even suggesting.
right, but think about
It
it.
would add
Desmond Bain,
excitement.
Desmond Bain, just from that same organization, got 4 first-round picks.
Right.
If they're going to move on from Ja, which, by the way, I think everybody would be happy in that situation. Ja clearly wants out. And I think the Grizzlies are just done with the Ja Morant thing. Everybody would probably benefit. But if they're going to move on from him, they can't just take a bunch of expiring contracts and players who fit the contract in order to make the trade work. Like they can't do that. They're probably not going to get 4 firsts because of the situation, but they can't just take on Terry Rozier's expiring, Simone's expiring, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Andrew Wiggins and 2 first-round picks. I mean, people would laugh at the Memphis Grizzlies. They're not going to do that.
Let's do headlines because Joe Zagacki is going to join us this hour. I want to make sure we have time for him. So headlines brought to you by Durrell Hyundai. You always pay less with your Pricito at Durrell Hyundai. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com.
What a difference a couple years make, because he really was looked upon as,
oh my God, he was going to be the next big star. Like my son bought a Ja Morant jersey out of he hadn't bought a jersey on his own in a while. He bought a Ja Morant jersey. That was the guy.
He was
face
Anthony
of the
Edwards.
league.
He was, yeah. He
face
was
of the league type conversations. There are only a select number of players who are given their own shoe line.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they signed with Nike. He has his own shoe with Nike. Think about the guys who are in that conversation. Aren't many.
Bron, Jordan, KD. I bought some of them expensive ass shoes.
Jaws?
My daughter loves Ja Morant.
Yeah.
$360 or something.
Hopefully she hasn't read the news.
But he fell off too. Like I don't understand what happened to him. Like he got caught up in something and everyone said, what are you getting caught up in? Like, this isn't even you. I don't know. It was the whole thing is odd.
The suspensions with the flashing of the gun. Like if you look into it, it's bad and you should be more responsible and all that. But that doesn't affect your game.
But it did.
And that's the weird part. So it's the mental toughness or whatever you want to call it, the psychological side of the game where he's getting suspended. Come back and play basketball like you've been playing basketball. And I know it's easier said than done when the world, you feel like the world has turned their back on you. Go score some damn points.
There is another layer to this, which is last year, Noah LaRoche, who is a consultant right now with the Miami Heat, was a part of the Memphis Grizzlies coaching staff. They were running the offense that the Heat were running. Everybody's crediting Eric Spoelstra. Not that he doesn't deserve credit, but they were doing this last year. And guess what? They fired their head coach because Ja Morant didn't like it. Now he's here. The guy who was, credited as the architect of running this open space offense with no pick and rolls. Ja Morant wants pick and rolls because he's a pick and roll player. So if you do decide to trade for Ja Morant, you are literally saying we are abandoning the system, which has made us the quote-unquote attractive, fun team this year, even though that's fallen off, to go run pick and rolls again with Ja Morant, which, by the way, you want more points for Bam Adebayo? Maybe that's the way to do it. Put him back in the situation that he felt most comfortable in, which is dribble handoffs and pick and rolls.
And keep this garbage-ass offense.
The Florida Panthers won yesterday. They beat my Sabres 4-3.
Tough night for you.
The Cats don't play again until Friday. Sergei Bobrovsky's second straight win with 20 saves.
All right.
Norman Powell's questionable, as we mentioned, for tonight's game. 7:30, the Heat play the Suns tonight, who are a good West Coast team. The Celtics, who are the 2 seed in the East, on Thursday. And then they play Oklahoma City again on Saturday at home. And that's the stretch before 5 straight West Coast games.
On the West.
It could get ugly if they don't turn things around.
Which is why, like, tonight's game, they kind of need this one. They really needed to win against Indiana a couple nights ago. They need to stash a few dubs, and they've been few and far between.
The big breaking news right at the top of the show, Mike Tomlin stepped down after 19 seasons. The key word there for everybody who's just tuning in and is seeing, Mike Tomlin's available. He stepped down, which means with a year left on his contract in Pittsburgh, he was not fired, which means the Steelers retain his rights. So if you want to have Mike Tomlin as your head coach next year, you likely have to make a move for Mike Tomlin.
Trade Tua.
You need somebody to agree to it.
Tua and Alec Ingold. Who says no?
You can't just fly him up there and have him walk up to the building.
Yeah, we traded him for you. Huh?
Mr. Rudy,
Yeah.
we're here for Mike.
I'm here. This place is dope.
This place is dope, brother.
Would Adam Schefter said Mike Tomlin won't coach in 2026.
All right.
I don't think so. I think he gets away. I think he coaches again. We talked about that. I don't think he just hangs it up, but I think he takes a year off.
I don't think that'd surprise anybody. Would you guys be willing to trade for Tomlin if it meant keeping Tua one more year?
I mean,
Tua.
I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying if the Dolphins want Mike Tomlin.
Hey, man, if he can win with Mason Rudolph and Aaron Rodgers, I would imagine Tua is the best quarterback he would have coached in the last 5 years. So
I see it the other way. We want to keep Tua to get Tomlin? I would want to get rid of Tua and get Tomlin.
No, but what if you had to?
You got to give up a pick for Mike Tomlin. Let's just say.
Yeah.
You got to give up a pick for Mike Tomlin because that's what the Steelers want.
What if you just say to Tomlin, because he can go wherever he wants. I mean, you'd still have to give compensation to Pittsburgh, but he goes wherever he wants. And you say to him, hey, we're punting on next season, but we want to get you in-house. Tua will be your guy, bridge quarterback. He's like, yeah, I'm down with that. Like, we'll figure it out for the following seasons. I'd be down with that.
Yes. I will stomach another year of Tua to
I'd be
get
down
Tomlin.
with that.
Yeah.
By the way, since he's been gone, since Big Ben retired, here are the quarterbacks he dealt with. Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph. Last year, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. And then this year, Abuelo Rodgers.
I mean, and he's never had a losing season.
But
he can coach his tail off now.
But, Hoch, to your point, 2017, they were the 1 seed. They lost in the divisional round to the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. They were the 1 seed.
Listen, there's a reason that a coach who's never had a losing season in 19 seasons is done at the organization. They're at the point, and again, this happens. It happened with Harbaugh. We had the conversation yesterday. Like, anybody looks at Harbaugh and goes, why would I not want that coach? That's a great coach. And Baltimore's like, yeah, we're kind of good. We're done. And the same thing has happened in Pittsburgh. But he's a Hall of Fame coach.
It's the context of the losses, though.
Sure.
45-42. They lost in 2017 as the 1 seed to Jacksonville. I believe Blake Bortles was the quarterback of the Jags that year.
I think you're right.
In 2020, they lost to Cleveland at home. Baker Mayfield, they gave up 48 points to Baker Mayfield and the Browns. They gave up 42 points the following year on the road to Kansas City and Mahomes. They lost to Buffalo. They gave up 31 points. Last year, 28-14 in the wild card to Baltimore. And then this year, they lose to Houston at home. They give up 30 points. So, Hoch, I've been saying, how could you possibly want to move on from somebody? I get it when I look at that because, oh my God, you're not just losing games. Half of these are at home. You're getting blown out.
You're losing postseason games that you should win on paper.
Yeah.
While other teams aren't making the postseason years after year after year.
Correct.
So the bar has been moved. Mike Tomlin set the bar on himself.
Sure, we have a completely different desire than Steelers fans do. We just want to get to the playoffs. We just want to win a playoff game.
Hoch, I have Coach X that's going to get us to the playoffs every single year that he's ever here. Would you want him?
Of course.
But
no. We're going, Solana, we're going to the playoffs every year. I promise you that.
But if I told you there's a franchise who has not won a playoff game in 25 years, the longest drought without winning a playoff game in the NFL, and they're now going to go hire a head coach with the longest playoff losing streak ever in the history of the league, you'd say, what are they doing? He's lost 7 consecutive playoff losses, which ties Marvin Lewis for the longest in postseason NFL history. Like, just take the context out of it and look at it that way. You're like, wait, you want to end your 25-year playoff drought and you're hiring that guy who has that currently baggage? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
With a ring and 19 appearances
and stability and the kind of attitude and culture you're
identity.
looking for. Yeah.
Like I said, I would take Tomlin over Harbaugh. to
It's
be
a
honest.
known commodity. Well, I would probably take Harbaugh, but a known commodity like Tomlin over a coordinator, which is an unknown commodity, but you're hoping is the next great thing. I'd go with the known commodity at this point because they don't get the unknown commodities correct.
What's the two names? Chris Shula and
Shula.
Kubiak.
Yeah.
And Stefanski is another guy that
Stefanski, Robert Saleh, and Jeff Hafley, who's the Green Bay defensive coordinator, who apparently is interviewing for the job tomorrow, according to Albert Breer.
The in-house guy. He's in-house.
Well, he was the DC for Green Bay. He obviously has ties to JES.
Jess. All right, anything else? Because Joe Zagaki's going to join us.
Your weather in South Florida right now, still rainy. Is kind of eased up a little bit in the El Portal area, but still very cloudy. That's your weather.
Friday morning in the 40s in South Florida,
Low
where we
40s.
are. Low 40s, possible that wind chill and feels like temps are in the 30s. It is going to be frigid in Florida, period. End of story. North Florida, 20s. Central Florida, the 30s. South Florida, the 40s. And maybe dipping into the 30s wind chill. So be ready Friday morning. I don't know if that lasts into Monday night for the national championship game.
It's supposed to be in the 60s
Oh,
as
okay.
of right now. The
That would
forecasts
be
are in the 60s.
that would be a pleasure.
The sailfish are going to be banging.
Oh, we're going to do the show at the
Friday morning
at the convention center, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go out in this weather. You guys are going to have to handle that without me. I mean, in the 40s, I can't go out in that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
being
gotta stay
serious.
inside.
Yeah, I don't have that in me. All right, Joe Zagacki is going to join us in the next segment from South Bend, where the Canes take on Notre Dame tonight in some hoops. In Miami, we go to the beach for a little solcito, and we dance the day away with a little salsita. And when you want a low price, what do we do?
Get a pricito.
A pricito at Doral Hyundai. Take advantage of a pricito now on all your new favorite Hyundai models like a Tucson, Elantra, Santa Fe, Ioniq, Palisade, and more, all with owner assurance and America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai complimentary maintenance. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Hyundai with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money because you always pay less with your pricito at Doral Hyundai. Visit them at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'd like to officially go on record. I am wearing underwear today.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Edmore Sawgrass Buick GMC's entire inventory is on sale and all backed by Morse. Click EdmoreSawgrassBuickGMC.com to start shopping. GMC, we are professional grade. Swagger.
before we get to Joe Zagacki, today is a Heat ticket blitz on the station. So we've got Heat tickets every single hour, which means we'll have one more pair in the 5 o'clock hour. We have not given away a pair yet here in the 4 o'clock hour, and I'm going to do it right now. It's a pair of tickets to see the Heat and the Celtics Thursday night at the Kaseya Center. We will take caller number 11.
Dolphins draft pick.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Caller 11, 305-567-0560, 305-567-0560.
And my roulette number.
Oh, yeah, and Isaiah Thomas. All right, Joe Zagacki is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, and I remind you, before we talk Canes, best place to get geared up with Canes merch, Caneswear in Davie, or online at caneswear.com. So, Joe, longtime voice of the Miami Hurricanes, you're in South Bend. Canes basketball tonight. Notre Dame. You can hear it, by the way, on 560 AM. Heat on 104.3 FM and Canes on 560 AM. How's the weather in South Bend?
Very cold. I'm sitting on the bus right now. We're going to leave in a couple of minutes for the arena. Temperatures in the 30s, and they have a massive snowstorm on the way. So hopefully we get this game done by 9 and get out of South Bend and get home.
Yeah, you got to get home. You got a national championship game to call on Monday night. So
I got another road trip, though, before that.
You do?
Where are you going? On the weekend.
Oh. Well, don't get caught there. Listen, you better be here for Monday night. I mean, that's the most important game. Yeah.
I love basketball, too. We got to focus on Monday, don't we?
We do, but we got a job to do. So right now it's one at a time, focusing on Notre Dame. However, I'm deeply dialed into Indiana, so I feel pretty good with where I'm at right now.
Fair enough. Before we go on, I should mention, and we have mentioned it today, the University of Miami announced today the passing of Bill Courtney, who was an assistant coach for 6 seasons and was the interim coach last season when Jim Larinaga stepped down. And Joe, good guy from all accounts. May he rest in peace. You knew him obviously a lot better than us.
Yeah, terrible news, Hoch. BC, one of the most positive individuals you could ever be around. Did the post-game show with him, for 3 or 4 years. I can still remember when Miami defeated Texas in the Elite Eight, him coming over for the post-game show with his hands held high, the biggest, most radiant smile. And, this is a very tough deal. His son, Billy Jr., is a graduate assistant on this staff. Billy is a graduate of Notre Dame. I was with him last night, just, I think, moments before he got the news of his father's passing. He's here, or he was here. Billy Jr. gave up a job, an accounting job, to become a graduate assistant, go back to school to get his master's degree, to be close to his dad. And, of course, this happened. So really tragic news, 55 years old, and BC may rest in peace. What a great human being.
Yeah, it's very sad. We keep him in our thoughts today, and as we move forward to Monday night with the national championship game. Can you put into words, Joe, what this trip to the college football national championship means to the program and to Mario Cristobal?
Yeah, it's really, I'm trying to, zero in on that perspective. And it just means, it's going to be like redemption. It's a sigh of relief that Miami is finally back on the big stage. And if they win it, it's just going to be unbridled joy, I think, for every Hurricane fan. And of course, for Mario Cristobal, who's quite frankly, I think, changed the narrative on him at this point. If he hasn't, then people are never going to change. But to get this far has been joyous, and to win it would just be, for this fan base, it would be an incredible cap to what's been a wild adventure ride here in the last 4 weeks.
And talking about, I guess, Mario's, legacy and Carson Beck. Joe, in 15 years, when we're sitting here on the Hawkman, Crowder, and Solana show talking about another championship appearance, are we bringing up Carson Beck in a conversation with the Ken Dorseys and the Gino Torettas? And is he to that level yet with his legacy, not even seeing what happens in the national championship?
Well, if he wins it, he will be. I think, that's the final piece. He's got to win it. but he got Miami to the national championship. It's hard. A lot of people are critical of him. It's hard to not look at his record and go 37-5. He's winning these games. He won the A&M game by being a game manager and getting Miami to the right play. He didn't turn the ball over. He won the Ohio State game, made the plays when he needed to make them. He ran. He needed to run. He did run. Now, last week, the game's on his shoulders twice, right? Miami's behind twice, and he rallies them, takes them down the field, and puts them in the end zone. One, a touchdown pass to Malachi Toney. The other, 15-play drive. I think he completed 5 or 6 passes on that drive. Every single one of them was a big pass, and then capped it off by running it in. He's going to be mentioned if he wins it, I think, with the other great quarterbacks. If he doesn't win it, probably is going to be a tier behind that, simply because he's been here for 1 year.
Joe,
but he got them back. He got them back within striking distance of being on top of the mountain. So let's see what happens on Monday night.
Joe, how do you see the game playing out? Because I think it would be better for the Miami Hurricanes if it was low scoring, similar to kind of how we saw them play against Ohio State. I've read all the statistics about how the Canes offensive line outweighs the defensive line of Indiana by however many pounds it is, 50 pounds or whatever. Is that it's just as simple as the Canes have to play their game, right?
Yeah, they got to get to their identity, which isn't too far away from Indiana's identity. The way I see it playing out, I feel good about Miami's chances. By the way, I want everybody to continue to say that Indiana is great, that Indiana is crushing everybody, which they have, that they're the greatest team to come along since LSU. Keep it going. Keep it going. That being said, if Miami can play their game and a clean game, they can't have these false start penalties and some of the silly penalties that they have that stall drives and beat Indiana. But it's going to be a game of physicality. It's going to be a game of running the football, stopping the run, and will come down to Beck and Mendoza, which one. Both those guys are in charge of the ball. So who makes the bigger plays or who makes the mistake? And I think Miami's got to be able to get into Mendoza's face and really be physical with him. One of the things I noticed about him, Channing, maybe you can back me up on this, he's a very good runner. But when he runs, he's a very big target. He's a big guy that runs straight up. And maybe he's been hit hard before, but I promise you, he's going to get hit harder Monday night than he's been hit all season long. And I think that's going to be a bit of a factor. And I look at what Miami's achieved in the playoffs so far. Everybody said the guy for Texas A&M, their defensive end, Howe, was the best pass rusher in the country, was going to crush Beck. I never called his name. Everybody said, okay, Jeremiah Smith is the great receiver, but it's Carnell Tate on the other side you got to worry about. Well, he had a couple of catches in the game, never really hurt Miami. Then they said, oh, the guy Wallace for Ole Miss had 180 yards against Georgia. Well, he was under 100 yards against the University of Miami. They've done a great job. Ohio State, Curran, their big pass rusher. He never touched Beck. McDonald, their run stopper. I think the last time I looked, Miami ran for 150 yards on Ohio State. So they've risen to every single challenge that they have faced so far in this playoff. And I think they're going to be ready for it on Monday night.
Yeah, Joe, Mendoza ain't doing too much running. He's seen that film. He's going to throw that ball out of bounds because he doesn't want everybody from Miami's banging. I'm with you, too. He doesn't lower his pads, but he's very smart when he decides to run. But, Joe, you bring it up and you talk about the penalties and the mental stuff. Like, analytically, you can just look at the rosters. Miami is bigger. Miami is faster. I would assume they're bigger, they're stronger. They're bigger, stronger, and faster, but everybody has Indiana winning. Is it the collective over the individuals? Because I believe that Miami's roster is better than Indiana's roster, but they're still over a touchdown dogs.
Yeah, well, Signetti will tell you it's production over potential. But I look at that roster and there are guys on that roster. So either, he brought him James Madison, and then he's got some guys from other, Western Kentucky, Kent State. So that's what the Power Six or whatever they call it, right? The group of 6 teams, guys that have gone up. And I look at that and I say, did everybody miss on these guys? What's the secret sauce for Cignetti? And I think it is he's brought guys in that have been productive, that were overlooked. But I think, if you were to line them up for the NFL scouts, they would say they're flawed. Maybe they're a little bit shorter. Maybe they're not as big. Maybe they're not as fast. I think the where he gets an advantage is he built a roster of guys that are really older, 22, 23, 24 years old, that know his system, and therefore they play more clean games or they execute at a very high level. I think so. Miami's going to have to deal with their execution, but when it comes man to man, talent wise, I think that arrow points toward Miami, even though nobody wants to admit it.
Joe sounds cocky, man. I love it. I love it.
It's facts.
I love it.
I'm just being honest with you.
I love it.
Maybe I'll eat my words. Their execution. Look, Miami. If you go back and look at Texas A&M, they should have won that game by 20 points. If you look at Ole Miss, should have won that game by 2 touchdowns or more. Probably could have handled Ohio State a little bit better. The Ole Miss game, I said to Don, somewhere in the fourth quarter, I said, this is the equivalent of loading the bases for 7 straight innings in baseball and not scoring. At one point, it's 42 plays to 7, and they had a 4-point lead. That's crazy. It's absurd. And that is simply because they're getting their own way. If they get in their own way on Monday, then Indiana will smoke them. But if they don't, and they play a clean game and get to their identity and get to the quarterback or stop the run, that'll be probably the number one thing. Both teams are going to want to stop the early down runs. They stop the early down runs. I think they'll have a chance. If you look at the Indiana Penn State game, now you got to have luck along the way. Malachi Tony against Ohio State, the ball bounced up to him. Indiana is facing a second down and long with 30, 40 seconds to go. Mendoza's under a heavy pressure. The ball's deflected. It's going to be intercepted. Penn State's going to win the game. Linebacker falls down. He slips. The ball is going to be right in his hands. He falls down. The next play, they throw the touchdown, which was a miraculous catch. Hell of a throw and a miraculous catch. So sometimes the ball bounces your way. But Miami's been great against the run all year. And I think they're going to be able to hold up against this offensive line. I'd be surprised if they're not able to hold up against the Indiana offensive line.
Joe Zagacki, you can hear him tonight on AM 560, Canes Notre Dame in hoops, and you will hear him Monday night on this radio station, national championship game. Almost impossible to believe I'm saying it. Canes and Indiana, and it will begin at 3 p.m. Monday, 3 p.m. the pregame, and 7:30 game start, which will be really closer to like 7:45 or 7:50. Joe, I need 2 tickets, all right?
Yeah, I got you on the list, Hoch.
All right, perfect. But I need comps, though. I need comps. I'm not paying anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you're really on my list now.
All right.
Yeah.
See you, Joe.
So, Solana asked me, by the way, he asked me a couple weeks ago if I was nervous before what game was that? The Ohio State game.
Mm-hmm.
I might be a little nervous on Monday.
Yeah, I would imagine you might be a little tightly wound when you wake up on Monday. All right, we'll see you, Joe.
All right, fellas. Thank you.
There you go. Joe Zagacki live from South Bend, Indiana. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up. Your final chance to win a pair of Heat Celtics tickets for Thursday night. Guys, the new year is here, and improving your health might be one of your big resolutions. But if you're tired, you're low on energy, you're not sleeping well, you don't see progress at the gym, then staying committed can be tough. But Atlantic Men's Clinic can likely help with your New Year's resolution, because those symptoms are often signs of low testosterone. Low T can cause a lot of problems. Like I said, low sex drive, bad sleep, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog. Most guys would just attribute those symptoms to aging, and you don't consider there's actual treatments that can give you back your vibrancy. If you're feeling like that, treat the low T. Change your life. Atlantic Men's Clinic are the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. I love my weekly visit to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I was there today, got my T shot. I'm 56 years old. I am telling you, I wish I had started with Atlantic Men's Clinic sooner. That's how much more energy I have. So schedule a consultation. You go there, they'll do your lab work, they'll have your results within 30 minutes. A Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. They have 7 locations in South Florida, so certainly they have one near you. Give them a call, 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
No time left. No time left. Miami wins. Miami wins. We're going to the national championship.
Yeah. Go Hammer. Go Hammer. Go Hammer.
My.
Music hits me so hard. Make me want to say, oh, my Lord.
You were singing this in the club.
MC Hammer released this song on this day in 1990. So I was at the club. I was in Coconut Grove at the tavern with Gino Toretta.
Saying all the letters to all the words.
All the letters to all the words.
Makes me say,
Man.
oh, my Lord.
Love me some Hammer. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where they have the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival coming up on January 31st. No cover.
It's a good time.
Just party all day long at the tap room in Oakland Park.
Can't even recollect how many times I've been to it, but it's been a number of times. Probably going on a dozen. And
Looking
it's a
to see
fun time.
what's going on. Tap room weekly events. What's tonight? Tuesday? I got the poker night going on. Texas Hold'em. Got another tourney starting at 6 p.m. and then one at 8 p.m. So how about that? Jimmy says, fix your camera. Can you reach it? Doesn't even matter. Solana left. No one's watching us. They're only watching for him.
The looker of the show?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We all know who's the attractive portion of this vessel.
Thank you.
Of course, it's me.
What? Anyway, looking for a place to hang out tonight? Funky Buddha. They got the poker tournaments. They'll have the TVs on. You got, what do you got tonight? You got Heat tonight and no Panthers tonight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can give you the headlines and that would solve all those
Bam better do something.
questions. Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Hyundai. You always pay less with your Pricito at Durrell Hyundai. Visit them at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com. The big news today is that Mike Tomlin is out as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He stepped down and he released a statement. This is what he says. After much thought and reflection, I have decided to step down as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This organization has been a huge part of my life for many years, and it has been an absolute honor to lead this team. I am deeply grateful to Art Rooney II and the late Ambassador Rooney for their trust and support. I am also thankful to the players who gave everything they had every day and to the coaches and staff whose commitment and dedication made this journey so meaningful. I also want to thank Steelers Nation. Your passion, loyalty, and high expectations represent what makes this franchise truly special. Coaching in Pittsburgh is unlike anywhere else, and I will always take great pride in having been a steward of this team. While this chapter comes to a close, my respect and love for the Pittsburgh Steelers will never change. I am excited for what the future holds for this organization, and I will forever be grateful for my time coaching in Pittsburgh. Now, he says, while this chapter comes to a close, connoting that there are more chapters to come, right? He doesn't say as my career comes to a close. He says, while this chapter comes to a close. I will tell you that Adam Schefter has reported that Mike Tomlin will not coach next season.
No, I'm with that. And to all the people, remember when they were on that losing streak and they were saying, fire Tomlin, fire Tomlin? What do you have now?
Wait until you see what comes next. Although I will tell you.
Where's this green grass you were looking at?
I will tell you, Pittsburgh, though, has a track record. They've had 3 coaches in their entire history. They've all been great. They're all Hall of Famers. Okay. So if you're Pittsburgh, it's a little bit different than the Dolphins when we go, oh, well, it's got to be better than Cam Cameron. And then all of a sudden, it's Adam Gase.
It's got to be better than Mike McDaniel. I was on that boat.
Yeah.
Name a name out there right now that's better than Mike Tomlin. Hawk, it's not Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh. Those are the two guys. The two, I mean, you want, and, people would make an argument for Kevin Stefanski, and that's fine. For me, the 2 whales who are out there for head coaching jobs, John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin.
That's it.
They come in with respect. The day they walk into a locker room, they have that locker room's respect.
And they know exactly what to do to build a winner.
Yeah.
And that's what these young coaches can't. Stefanski, that's why the the knowledge and the backing of knowing he's been a head coach at that time. But if you bring in one of these young and upcoming coordinators, Kubiak and Shula and all that, they don't know. They've never done it. The grass ain't always green on the other side. I'm telling you.
Tomlin's tenure in Pittsburgh ends after 19 seasons. What an incredible run.
Yeah.
Now, will the Dolphins be able to get him? I don't think so, because I don't think he's going to coach. I think he's going to go to television. Will the Dolphins be able to get John Harbaugh? There seem to be other leaders in the clubhouse as I watch it play out on Twitter, but I kind of believe that nobody knows anything. I really believe that, because I don't think John Harbaugh knows and is telling someone. And then, I think this is all conjecture on most people's part. I could be wrong. I feel like it's all conjecture at this point. I think he's going to make a decision that checks a lot of boxes. And I don't expect to hear anything to hear anything, I don't know, in the next 2 days. I think he's going to make a really educated decision based on every piece of data.
And he can take as long as he wants, because everybody sit around and wait for him. The only thing that makes me look funny is that you hear about him. He already visited Atlanta. He's talking to New York. He's, looking at the Browns. There was no Dolphin even visit. Come on down. Go get you a nice meal. Let's sit down with Stephen Ross. Let's have just see how this works out. That's what is questioning to me about the new approach with YSE, whatever the hell his name is, the new GM. Why don't we let's kick some tires?
The hell's his name again?
I forget.
Sully.
John Eric Sullivan.
Yeah. David Fiorones writes in the Sun Sentinel, the Dolphins head coaching search grows to 9 with 2 more candidates surfacing today. He said the Dolphins are not done adding candidates to their coaching search as an 8th and 9th name emerged Tuesday. Dolphins have requested to interview Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter and Raiders defensive coordinator Patrick Graham. Graham used to be here, yeah?
Graham was here, D-line coach.
So add those 2 to who we already know, which is Harbaugh, Stefanski, Robert Saleh, Chris Shula, Clint Kubiak, Jeff Hafley, and Kelvin Shepard.
We're trying to hit a home run. We're trying to hit a Jaguar home run.
Out of all those 9 names, I mean, Harbaugh obviously is the one that jumps out at you. But out of those 9 names, Minter, Graham, Stefanski, Saleh, Shula, great name.
Shula's a good name.
Kubiak, Hafley, and Shepard, and you add Harbaugh to that.
Kubiak's a good name. His dad
Clint Kubiak has, yeah.
Where the league is going, I want an offensive guy.
But what's more important to you, because we've talked about it today, is it culture guy? Because Robert Saleh might be.
It's gonna be Brian Flores. Do the Dolphins want a culture guy? Do they want a hard ass? Do they want a dude that comes in?
I don't know. I guess it's really up to Sully. I don't know what his direction is.
And that's the thing. I never met him. I've met a lot of people at Dolphins. He just got down here. I'm sure I'll meet him this season. I see him. He has a mohawk with shaved sides. That seems like he might have some edge to him. But I don't know his approach to building a team or even life.
Right.
The first time I met McDaniel, I knew what kind of dude Mike McDaniel was. He wasn't, if bar fight breaks out, he's running to the bathroom. Robert Saleh is running towards the fight to see if he can get a lick in. What do you really want to? What kind of guy do you want? What are you looking for? Would be my thing.
Because Sully was in Green Bay, right? So Matt LaFleur,
because
he's not a hard ass.
He's not, but he does. He's arrogant.
He's got some edge.
Yeah,
he's not a hard ass.
He's not gonna slap you, but he knows that he's good at his job. He comes from it's McVay. Like McVay is not gonna. He's not Saleh, but I'm Sean McVay. Like, listen
right.
to the hell I say.
Yeah, like I'm not. This isn't up for debate.
Not a pushover, and I think McDaniel leaned more toward pushover than these guys were talking about. So I don't want a pushover at all. But I also don't know if this organization wants a stern, I'll draw my line in the sand, and this is what's going to happen. They want the collaboration thing, as we've heard.
Well, they did. We don't, because Chris Greer wanted collaboration. He's not here anymore. So I don't know what their direction. I really don't.
And that's
I have no
thing.
idea.
And Chris Greer was a gentle soul.
Mhm.
What is this new GM?
Right.
If he's eating bullets in the morning, putting gunpowder on his rice, he might want to bring in a Robert Saleh and change it to that. I like that approach. Saban was a butt wipe. You hear Joe Rose stories all the time about Shula. Shula was cussing people out on a daily basis.
Yep.
That's the football that I'm used to. It seems as if it's lightening up a little bit, but all these successful coaches, they got a little stink to them now. I want a coach with a little stink. I don't want any more pleasant, goofy, nice, giggle and say when you're playing 11 on 11 football. I know we're the same amount of people on the field all the time, Coach. Let's talk about what we did on this game.
Other headlines today, you got Heat and Suns tonight, 7:30 at the Kaseya Center. Solana will get you started at 6:15 with preheat, and he and Tommy Tighe get you ready for game action. And then Jason Jackson, Amy Audibert on the call. You will hear the Heat game tonight on 104.3 FM WQAM. Canes basketball is in action tonight in South Bend. Joe Zagacki will be on the call for that one. That one is on AM 560 WQAM. Norman Powell is questionable for tonight. I checked Ira Winderman's Twitter account. There is no update on that as of right now at 5:12, so we'll keep an eye on that. Other stuff in the headlines, Panthers are off tonight. They beat the Sabres last night, and I guess the only other big news is the weather, which is going to be cold starting on Friday. Just to give everybody a little peek behind the curtains, the weather, Solana puts it together, for the headlines at the top of the hour. And when he leaves to get to a Heat game, and leaves me in charge of the headlines at 5 o'clock, he always gives me his headlines and weather. And for weather, he has written cold on Friday. Today, I don't know.
It's overcast.
Yeah, it was rainy for most of the day. It is going to be cold on Friday, folks. Hold on to your hats, because you are going to wake up Friday morning and it is going to be in the 40s, maybe the 30s, depending on where you're listening. I don't care what you say, Crowder. That's cold. And you may have to turn the heat on.
I'm not turning the heat on. That's a guarantee.
You may have to turn the heat on, depending on how long that cold lasts.
I hope they cancel school, but my heat's not going on, huh?
If it's 40 degrees.
My heat is not. My
for
heat's never
48
been on.
hours.
Covers.
If you were in Chicago and it was 40 degrees, you'd have the heat on. So I don't know why you wouldn't put it on if it's going to be 2-3 days of 40-degree weather. I mean, you might have to put it on.
The air conditioner will never cut on, because the big number is going to say it's 63 in the house, it's 58 in the house, but they just got to leave their shoes and socks on and get a little snuggie. So they
you might have to
snuggies?
put the heat on. You might have to put the heat on.
I'm not.
Jimmy, put the heat on when it's 40 degrees, maybe in the 30s?
No.
You will not put the heat on.
Nobody does.
That's crazy. Sure they do.
Nobody in South Florida knows
I think
how to even use the heat.
people put on the heat than don't put on the heat.
No, you got to just tighten up.
Let's give away, speaking of the heat, let's give away Heat tickets. Final pair today. Today has been a Heat ticket blitz. We've got tickets for Heat and Celtics Thursday night at the Kaseya Center. Go ahead. What caller number do you want to take? Do you want to take caller 40 for 40 degrees on Friday?
See, Jimmy, see what he's going to do to you? I won't do that to you, Jimmy.
No.
I'm going to take 19 for years Mike Tomlin.
Great call. There you
Cut in
go.
half for you, Jimbo.
How about that? Caller number 19 to 305-567-0560 will get 2 tickets for Heat and Celtics Thursday night at the Kaseya Center in beautiful downtown Miami. Caller 19 305-567-0560.
So I say to Tomlin.
You going to text him?
Yeah, I'm going to text him. I'm not going to text him now. I'm not like you. I wait a day.
And what will you say? You'll say like,
personally, I was gonna text him, congratulations, on a great career, whatever your next step is. If you need anything from me, I'm down here in South Florida. Let me know. Blah blah blah.
if you need anything, I'm here in South
I always
Florida.
say if you need anything.
Why
let
would
me
he
know.
need anything from you?
It's what? I never expect anybody to follow up on it.
What could Mike Tomlin possibly need from you?
Maybe he's coming down here. Maybe he wants to know what good restaurants there are.
You think Mike Tomlin doesn't know the good restaurants down here?
Maybe he wants. I need a hookup. Maybe it's a Friday night. He wants to get into.
You think you have a hookup before Mike Tomlin does?
I do.
What could Mike
in
Tomlin...
South Florida?
Yes.
No, I have more hookups.
Stop it.
At like the cute places, the geckos and the Komodos and the sexy
You
fish.
think you
Yes.
could get into Komodo easier
Yes.
than Mike Tomlin?
Yes.
Than Mike Tomlin.
I know the head of security. He has to call the front gate.
He's Mike Tomlin. He doesn't even have to call anybody.
He just walks up.
That's right.
The black dude with the high tops outside, give him a table.
That's right. It's Mike
They
Tomlin.
don't know, but everybody doesn't know Mike Tomlin.
Are you
is.
joking?
Hawk, you think Mike Tomlin can walk anywhere in the world and everybody, oh, that's Mike
I
Tomlin.
think Mike Tomlin
No.
could walk anywhere in Miami that you could go
And
and
they-
have a table better than yours.
But I have no number.
No number.
Friday night,
Friday night.
8:30.
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin gets out of the Uber
Straight up.
and walks in.
Give me a table.
Lie.
You know where you'd be.
Lie.
You'd be in that little waiting area reading a real estate magazine that they have.
Go get yourself a drink, Mr. Crowder.
in the
I will
stands
call you
out there.
soon.
Josh Appel is going to talk some football with us in the next segment. Championship Meet Energy is nonstop at Gulfstream Park with live racing every Thursday through Sunday. Feel the thrill of the season's biggest moments this January, including the Pegasus World Cup and Holy Bull Stakes, where rising stars and season champs take center stage. Gulfstream Park also offers the hottest slots and electronic table games and combines the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing in one electrifying destination. So a couple notes. We're going to broadcast live at Gulfstream Park Friday the 23rd. Get you ready for the Pegasus, which is the following day, the 24th. Limited Pegasus tickets and packages are available at GulfstreamPark.com. Then you've got the Holy Bull Stakes coming up January 31st. Experience the thrill as the top 3-year-olds make their season debut in this pivotal prep race. Also on January 31st, it's Taste at the Track, tacos and tequila. Enjoy a variety of Latin-inspired dishes paired with your favorite premium tequilas, handcrafted cocktails. It's from the Flamingo Room, which is located on the 3rd floor of Gulfstream Park, has one of the best views in South Florida. So get your Holy Bull Stakes tickets, your Pegasus tickets, your Taste at the Track tickets right now at GulfstreamPark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Is there any possibility that Billy the Marlin is a bird?
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop exceptional Cadillac offers now at the 3-time Cadillac deal.